The Umbra, it calls to you once again. It has been months since you truly felt like you felt the pull of the realm beyond. But it's the dreams that hit you, that slumber through the nights, that fill your thoughts of what is to come. A return to the fire. That is at least what you see. A small flame lighting, igniting, but who is it? Who's there? This is a shared dream that Jazz, Joe, and Fen have. You all see the same visions of a distant fire surrounded by darkness, perhaps small sparks here and there. Then you hear the voice. Fight back, she speaks. Fight back. In a few days, it marks 1 year since the worst day of your lives. The day you stopped an evil, but at a cost. The cost of a person you all loved. These days, you try to get by the best that you can. The bar, work, each other, the pups. It's some semblance of normalcy in your lives, but the wound is still there, and it will never heal. Tonight, we tell stories about loss and the rage that follows in its wake, or perhaps the despair. Cherish your grief, as it makes us hope and long for joy. We begin our story at a familiar location in a small town of Lamont, Illinois, right outside of the city of Chicago, in a bar run by Jazz, the Nine Hells. The evening has just begun for the most part. The usual patrons attending the bar, some newer regulars that were here since we all last met together. And we see in the back of the bar, Joe training the pups. The pups, we say, but as it's been a year, they've grown quite a bit. They're now grown into young wolves. And it's starting to get to that time where things might get a little sus for people who see them and they are like, why are there these giant wolves being harbored, and wondering if they should like report you. But for the most part, the people in the bar, you keep them really around the bar. The people at the bar are usually cool, but it's about getting that time where you think, okay, we need to figure out what to do. But nonetheless, that is where the two of you are for the evening. As Jazz, you are cleaning some glasses and getting things prepared for the patrons to enter. And just a few minutes later, the usual time, your father, Fen, arrives from his job at the Shaganeski Woods as a park ranger. He comes in uniform to greet the two of you, and as per usual, the three of you are back together. The gang, back together at the bar. What about the three of you? What's the usual greetings for the three of you as this is a normal weeknight?
Fenton would walk in, take his ranger hat, set it on his little hook, along with his jacket. He walks over to the bar, hugs his daughter real quick.
Hugs him back. She's cleaning like a cup, like one arm hug.
Sees Joe over in his corner. And he will grab 4 beers.
4.
Gives one to Jazz. Walks over to Joe. Puts one in front of him. And in the empty seat. Sets one down there. Then sits down next to his best friend. How the pups doing?
They're okay. You're fine. Cheyenne's a little bit more anxious nowadays, but she keeps the other 3 in line. Filbert's the one that you have to watch out for, apparently.
The wow boy right there, ain't he?
I can't tell you how much actual shit I've had to clean up behind that child.
Yeah,
I can. Because
I
it
mean,
keeps
I can
happening
too.
here.
They're comfortable here, Jazz. Like, I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, a couple of folks out there have been, when they were pups, it was easy to just say, oh, the barking was, possibly a bird outside or something. I could lie to them. But when you got, each one of them about 6 feet in length, it's, throws folks off a bit.
Well, I mean, they're protective. I mean, everyone who walks in here is some type of miscreant or something. They're just protective of the bar. It's not me. It's Jazz. They just like her so much.
You hear that? You're charismatic.
Charisma.
Didn't get that from me.
Definitely
Storyteller.
Yes.
Is there anything on my hand say Ash? Is this is the same night?
This would it be the same night? No, this would be
Okay.
the following night, actually. Because this is like the beginning of the evening, and this is about the time where they're
Right.
browsing for the evening. So this
Right.
this would probably be the day following.
Okay. And my understanding of that is that I was told to just leave, right? Do I lose any memory of what happened, or I don't know the rules of...
You didn't lose any memory of what happened.
Okay.
You did what you did, and you left. You took some of the words that Dorian said, and you just left. But you remember what happened. You know that they did something to your mind.
Got it. Okay. But I do remember the deal that Silas Jr. had given. Okay, cool.
Yes, you do remember that. Yes.
Cool. Then kind of just beer up to his lips, kind of looking around. Anybody else coming in the bar tonight?
Probably just John, as always. Jess will be by later, in case I need to tap out, but it's the regulars.
All right.
Why?
Might have a little meeting we might have to have.
Really? Tonight?
What do you have? What do the kiddos have tonight? Practice.
Okay, Scoutmaster Jim. And he looks over at the empty glass for that Finn set across the table. Does it really have to be tonight?
Huh. All right. I don't want to put this off too long, but you make a fair point. Y'all set anything up? Talk to the other packs? Or is it just us?
It's just us.
Nobody
Been
gives a
quiet.
shit.
Yeah. You haven't heard from any of the other members of your sept. It's been a while.
Are we gonna do something about this?
Well, not tonight.
Got something?
You know I stay
You got
knowledgeable.
something or not?
Yes, I got some.
And
You gonna
come
share?
Oh, now you want to know what I have to
Oh, I
share with
thought
the
you
class.
wanted to do some, I don't know, more
Some
vampire
kumbaya,
shit, worm
rah,
shit,
rah,
you know?
stuff.
Okay, first off, last time I tried to involve y'all in dealing with the wormlings or whatever the hell I called them last time, I remember it going horribly wrong. So now I do that more of a solo dolo type deal. When I even do that. Oh shit, probably shouldn't have told you that.
No,
No.
you shouldn't have. What do you mean solo?
Okay,
Oh,
so
You've been doing stuff
no,
and not telling me?
not continuously. This was a one-time deal, and I think it went rather well.
That's good.
Sort of.
Accentuate the positives.
Ca-
Minimize the negatives.
Possibly. So, I have information on the two individuals that he looks around the bar. We had a conversation with last year, and whoever they were working for, who we absolutely know.
I have
And
no idea what you're talking about.
okay,
Are you talking about that worm doctor? Are you talking about that worm
Joe!
doctor again?
Joe!
It's just us. No one showed up.
The door's still locked.
Yes. Caden, the one who tried to buy the bar and, sweep us under the rug, so to speak. We may possibly be able to get an in on dealing with him if we do this favor for that doctor that looked at Emory.
Another favor. For the doctor.
Okay. Yes, and I also was upset about the situation, just as y'all
She's
are.
gonna grab the glass that you set out for Emory. Good to see her lapdogs. Fantastic. And she's gonna put the glass away.
Jazz. Oh, okay, hold on.
Why can't we
Now-
just get the location of this guy? Why do we need this doctor?
We don't need the doctor. We need to deal with the situation for the doctor to get Caden to come to us, so to speak. And also, the issue that is happening is something that also is a problem for us as well. Apparently,
We just take care of it ourselves. Why do we have to involve? You know what? That's fine.
remember the politics you told me to keep you the hell out of last time we had this argument, Joe?
Yeah, and I remember those politics brought me into a situation to where Emory was lost. So I really can't stay out of it. Why do you keep doing this?
I'm sorry, Dad. I don't get why he even has the balls to ask you anything after what happened.
Yeah, I didn't either. But he was willing to listen, and I gave him an ultimatum, and I think it went, it could have gone worse. So, possibly, okay. So I told him if he wanted anything from me, I wanted Caden on a plate, served up for us to have a conversation with. Apparently, his brother didn't, see eye to eye. And said that wasn't a possibility. And so I might have done a little overstep, but made sure that, any discussions we were having, that had to be the thing that was completed.
She looks over at Joe.
Joe gives you this look like he's giving you the do your thing look.
I tore the doctor's jaw off.
Mark one in the
You made it
positives.
sound like you guys like shook or something. Like
No, well, y'all are always telling me to, use my words and, have a conversation first.
no,
but they,
no. I think they had it coming. To be honest,
I never said anything like that.
I did.
But yeah, I thought it was gonna be way more of a situation after that. Usually, when you tear somebody's jaw off, they get all
I
gonna
mean,
kill us
they're also
all.
the same ones that keep coming. Well, he keeps coming to us for things. So,
But yeah, I just walked home after, and that was that. But I was given information on these hunters that want to
hunters.
yeah, they apparently, get this, humans that fight all types of things. Vampires, us, whatever the hell else, ghosts probably. They're fucking crazy. Messing with
Ghosts aren't real.
So we have to.
Joe, we talked about this, Joe.
But ghosts aren't real.
Ghosts?
Like, you ever,
They're real.
they're not fucking real. Ghosts are
Okay.
never.
Joe, shut the fuck up. They are real. Okay. So like I was saying, so we just have to kill some humans? That's what they want?
Well, I think they're like humans with like a capital H. They
A capital H.
What does that mean?
it means they know they shit. Apparently they took out somebody. Actually, the name was familiar.
Her name was Carla. You do know
Thank you.
that. But she was Garu. And
And this
she
was
in
one of
some
Emery's
circles.
friends, right?
One of Emery's friends. Yes.
Jazz, have you heard from Carla in a minute?
Carla's.
Oh.
She was part of that band that Emory associated with. I think she was the lead singer.
Oh, this is an open conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. Was it? She's saying in lay in the waste. I think that's what he said.
Okay.
Yeah. She sent a card. I haven't. I mean, I didn't really talk with her, but why?
Well, apparently they
happened?
took her out. So we're back in the fucking building. Folks messing with us, even though we asked them kindly not to. And if I can get a chance to deal with more than just one problem at a time, I'm gonna take it. So if we deal with these hunters, then the doc owes me yet another favor, and this time I want to get paid handsomely.
And how do we know he'll deliver?
And what do
Because
we
I'm
do
not-
if we doesn't?
To answer both of y'all, I'm not taking no as an option.
Okay.
Joe, we got enough friends from back in the day that might be able to assist us if needed. It's a route I didn't want to take, but maybe possibly we go down that route.
All time. All of this politicking is frustrating.
Money can only protect you for so long. And not very long from, well, you tearing the shit out of somebody.
I don't know what you mean. He puts his hands up and he has claws. I don't know what you mean.
Put those. Joe!
Sorry.
And it's at that point the bar does begin to open, and the first couple of patrons begin to stroll in for the evening. And as your guys' conversation continues a bit, you think back to those years, Fen and Joe, the years many Many years ago, 1993, the times when there was a bit more strife in the city, and the tensions rose between Garu and the spawn of the worm, and how much pain that did cause, how much loss there was on both sides. But in the end, it ended up being the kindred that lost a lot more than the Garu. But the Garu's numbers are much smaller. And losing another one, Carla, on top of Emory, how much more loss can your small 10 to 15 Garu within the limits of Illinois, how much more can you take? And as the night continues, it's almost serendipitous as you were speaking of Carla and the time that's passed with her. Jazz, you see somebody enter the bar that is not a regular. And as the Nine Hells is a pretty divey bar, you know all of the regulars that attend and come into your bar. But it takes you a second, and you think you might actually recognize this person, but not immediately. And entering into the bar is a gentleman. Sean, I would like you to describe how you look entering into the Nine Hells bar. What do you look like?
Sean Collins stands at a measly, say like 5'10". Little skinny, little chubby. Doesn't really look like he's hit the gym ever. It's still night out, but he's got sunglasses on. While the artwork that is lovely is a little braggadocious. You're talking to him, you might notice a nice bottom grill. Oh, hell yeah! Shout out Crisby.
Yes. Shout out to Crisby for getting us delivering art for us.
You to go.
Yes,
You to
thank
go.
you. Thank you, Crisby.
It's so fire. I'm sorry. It's so good.
I love it so much.
Sean Collins looks like he's in his early 30s. Looks like he knows his way around a bar too. I probably would just kind of walk in, fairly reserved, look around, and just say to himself, yeah, this is probably the right place.
And Joe,
Can I get you anything? Sorry.
I was gonna say, Joe and Fen, you see this as well, and you see this guy pull up next to Jazz.
What the
The
fuck?
hell is this?
Yeah, can I get a double house whiskey neat?
Dang. Just start making it.
Appreciate
And as
it.
you're making the drink, Jazz, and you're thinking about who orders this, and it takes you a second, you vaguely remember this individual. They are part of Carla's band.
Laying waste. Andrew? No. Farrell? No.
Looks like a
Start
Dwight.
with an S.
Yeah, you're on the right track. Sean Collins. And he pulls down his sleeve to reveal a tattooed pair of drumsticks. That's all right. I was behind the kit. Not a lot of people paid attention.
Put his drink in front of you, just like, what brings you into town?
Nah, just trying to find y'all.
Trying to find what?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Right. It's about
Yeah.
okay. She looks over at her dad.
I got all the time in the world.
Okay. Everybody out! Get out of the bar! Leave!
Oh, he's feisty, ain't he?
Oh, thank you, patrons. Make sure that
Hey,
But-
I was.
John. I ain't deal. You know what?
John,
I ain't dealing with shit
John,
tonight,
here,
John.
Take a shot to go,
John!
John. It's fine.
Oh, all right. Just and he takes the shot really quick, slams it on the. I guess I'm going down the street to Happy Joe's.
We'll
'Cause
text
this
you
Joe
if it
ain't
opens
happy.
back up. But
Oh
Yeah,
my,
I'm an unhappy Joe. Leave!
John.
All right, it's karaoke night there, so Jazz, you really need to get karaoke up in here. I'm just saying. If you bring karaoke night, you get more people.
Joe, do the
John?
whistle for the
Mean
kids.
Gwen Stefani.
get out
Okay,
of my bar.
I'm leaving. Thanks for the shot. See you tomorrow night. And the patrons leave.
All three of them.
All three of them.
All of that fuss for 3 people. Yeah, that's solid.
Joe, you got to do like a sign or a whistle or something for the kids.
You know I got a
They might as
bell,
well-
right?
They might as well be bouncers at this point.
Oh, you're talking
There's
about
a bell right here.
They're right there. Look, hey, hey, and they just kind of like show up. They're right there.
Are you saying 4 big ass adult wolves just walk into the bar?
But yeah, I can't. You guys were so worried about them just being out, so they just kind of hang around.
Joe,
What's with the wolves?
we can't do this, Joe.
What?
Joe, humans don't usually just
With the
hang
capital
out
H?
Okay, first off, humans don't usually just, there's a bar full of fucking wolves everywhere, Joe.
There's
Should I
only
serve
4.
them a drink as well?
No, they are definitely under H. We don't.
Okay,
that's not-
Sean Collins, can you please explain what the hell you're doing here?
Hey,
I want to know. Can you show
okay,
me?
Yeah. Wow. Great reference. Yeah. Sean, drummer for the band. Carla, new Emory. Carla got. I'm gonna get mines. I'm gonna guess that you want yours too. So, I was just thinking about a collab.
He's saying words, but I can't decipher.
It's like
He
you
wants
have
to work
marbles in your
together.
mouth.
He wants to work together. He lost Carla. We lost Emory.
Ah, I
Why do you
see.
say-
It's really not that hard. Lip reading,
She's probably the brains of the operation, huh?
So,
Takes his
silence
drink,
is a
slides
yes.
it back
The silence
towards
is a
her.
yes.
I'm assuming you knew Carla very well.
Yeah, so a quick story. Grew up in Long Beach. Drummer there. If it turns essentially like away from the two of yous towards jazz. You never heard of the rapper Vince Staples? Well, he likes to perform with a big band. I was doing some local shows and he was performing. And then Carla, met me. It was like, oh, you're too angry to be drumming for rappers. So why don't you drum in a thrash metal band? And I don't really like thrash all that much. So, I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. And then we toured around the city and that was nice. But like, God damn, it's so cold here. And then, we were here, we were playing some shows and, we were about to go out. And then Carla's like, hold on, I got to get some business. And like, this is our own hometown. And I'm like, yeah, go ahead, do your business. Like, I don't want to hang around as a +1. And now I'm here.
Say that again in 5 words.
He works for Staples, and then he started drumming and ended up in Chicago.
Yeah.
That was more than 5, but I'll take it.
I want revenge for Carla. Yeah.
Okay, that's all you had to say.
So, where do you want to get started, and how are we supposed to help you?
I don't know. It took me long enough to find y'all. I'm sure we can find enough time to find him.
Yes, of course.
I
can-
would like, I was going to say, players, all 4 of you, I would like you all to roll me wits and awareness and let me know how many successes you have.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, it made a sound, but I don't know where it went.
It's the little chat bubbles.
Okay.
I got 5 successes. For some reason, it rolled incorrectly though, but I'll take it's the right number.
Damn,
Oh.
that's pretty good.
Oh. I
No,
got
wait, you
one.
only got
It's just 2 for
Oh
you.
no,
This is
You
no,
only got 2
I was
successes.
I was too far in the chat. That's my fault.
Ah,
Oh.
Yeah,
2 successes.
2 for Fen, 1 for Sean.
One.
Ooh, Sean, you rolled poorly. Um,
And you're so witty.
I'm in an unknown element.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has a 6 dice pool, everybody, and he rolled one success.
I'm
You
nervous.
gotta
around
call
crap.
him out like that.
Yeah.
I'm nervous around crap.
Jazz
It's
rolled
a
1
brutal
success.
read.
Joe rolled 2. Okay, Joe
I don't get
and
mic'd up at shows.
Joe and Fen. Something smells off to you. There's something lingering by the bar. Outside is where the scent is coming from. It's very faint at this point. You're not able to pick up too much of it with only 2 successes. Sean and Jazz, you don't smell or scent anything, but 2 of you, something smells off.
I do.
I just smell Sean and I'm like,
Sean.
I'd like to use something if I could.
Okay.
I'd like to use my heightened senses.
Nailed
Okay.
it.
Yes. Yes. That is, you make me.
Hypnosis point, let's see.
I believe you use your renown for this.
Yeah, I think. So perception, I think it says. Yeah, hold on. Let me pull up my sheet.
Yes. Let me take a look really quick. Sharpened senses. Mm-mm-mm. You know what? Roll me wits and your wisdom renown, which I believe is only 1 for you. And this will add to your current successes.
So if you worked at Staples, what got you into drumming? Because I believe that's just mostly office equipment and
Nah,
everything. like
nah.
desks, you know. Oh,
Not the company Staples, the rapper Vince Staples.
so it was a rapping company. What did you rap?
You know what rap is.
I'm kidding. Yeah, you
know
know.
what rap
I
is.
know. DMC, Run
So-
DMC, Biggie, Tupac. Got some.
Yeah,
Two,
Yeah.
two additional on top of
Two-
the other 2.
2 additional successes. So, Joe, you think this smell is familiar to that worm doctor. Something
And it's coming from
associated with that.
outside.
And you smell it outside.
After we just met Sean.
After you just met Sean.
I am going to go outside with probably the scariest of all of my pups, which is Cheyenne,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna see what's outside.
Fantastic. And if what Joe finds outside isn't to our liking, that is unfortunate for you, Sean. Joe, you
And-
do your thing.
what are you talking about?
Something smells off, Jazz.
Sure it's not him? No
No,
offense.
it could be.
Could be.
I'm fine.
Go outside.
That's a personal opinion.
What's wrong
No,
with you?
You got
you
wolves
step
in the back.
outside, and you see
Don't insult the wolves.
you see a vehicle that you don't normally see around here. It is a black tinted SUV, and standing in the front of it is a well-dressed individual. He looks like a driver of sorts. The vehicle looks empty, but you see him standing, and it looks like he's looking around.
Okay. Cheyenne, sweetheart, please keep an eye on that gentleman in the car. I'll be right back. He walks right back into the bar, goes behind the bar, picks up the bat that's in every bar, and walks back outside and starts heading towards the car. Doesn't say anything. He just keeps walking towards the car.
As Finn sees him pick up the bat, he's like, "Oh, it's perfect!" And he picks up a bar stool and follows him out.
Jazz just leans onto the bar. So, you want to tell us about that?
What? I got nothing to do with that. I walked here. It was awful.
You walked here.
Yeah, I
How
took
far
the
you walked?
bus.
The bus? What bus?
Yeah. I mean, he'd answer the right bus for someone who doesn't know Chicago public
You're like,
transport.
CTA.
Oh no! Google
So you know
help.
Chicago?
Google,
Name all the
please.
buses.
James ferociously typing behind
Name all the
the
buses.
Wrong. That one only goes at Lake Street.
He said he was from Long Beach.
Do I look like a man who's got a driver?
I don't know. You're in a band.
A thrash metal band? Go ahead. Yeah, Slayer, maybe.
Well, let's see what they find out. And she's just going to keep an eye on him for a moment.
Joe and Fen, you walk outside with your bat and bar stool and large dog and head toward the vehicle. And the individual in the driver's seat looks increasingly nervous, but he keeps his cool. And he rolls down the window. You are Mr. Fen?
Go on.
I am Lucas. I work for the Lysanders. Dr. Lysander asked me to give this to you. It's
He
just a letter.
snatches it from him.
Snatches the letter and he just kind of puts his arm back. That's all I was here for. I'm sorry.
You're fine,
Just-
Lucas. How's the doc doing?
His jaw is in repair at the moment, but it'll be probably better in a night or two.
Damn.
He
Took off a limb.
He also said thanks for the pen. It's not quite as nice as the one he had, but he appreciates it nonetheless.
Understandable. Lucas, how do you like your job?
I love my job. I wouldn't ask for anything else.
Fantastic.
When he says job, it almost sounds like he says jaw, and then he kind of like a Freudian slip. And yes.
So, Lucas, next time that you feel as though it is a wise decision to drive up to my bar and sit by ever so mysteriously, I want you to remember how much you care about your job and how much you want to return to it and just bring your ass inside next time. Stop scaring people.
Yes. I apologize for that. You should know that gentleman with the sunglasses and the baggy hoodie, it seemed like there was somebody potentially following him here. That wasn't any of the Lysanders.
Lucas, every time I'm dealing with your wonderful employers, always some sketchy mess following them.
I'm just trying to help, and I just as Dr. Silas wants to help.
Right.
Just
Do you work for his brother as well?
I work for his sister
Oh, okay.
mostly.
Oh. Dr. Silas told me about the sister. Yeah, Joe. She gave a whole bunch of Anarchs a bunch of weapons to hunt down Garu. Hey, Lucas, one of your windows is busted. And he just slams the bar stool into the side of the car.
Joe starts busting the headlights too. He's just that's all he needed.
Yeah, and I would say for that, both of you gain a rage. As you tear into this car, Lucas eventually puts it in reverse, backs into the street, and rolls away as he, with a dented front end, broken window, he drives off.
Y'all come back now.
No, the worst part is about that?
Hmm.
They're just gonna get a new car tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we still had fun in the
It
process.
felt so good. It felt so good.
That was pretty good. If you like your job, I heard it. I heard it.
You know, sometimes I get a little dramatic with everything, but you know, you just got there's a certain way to scare folks. It's like
loved
an
it.
art.
Question.
Answer.
This boy was followed. We can we can send a couple of the kids out. Maybe see if there's something.
Or we can go after him.
You want to?
Yes, but let's gotta get Jazz out that bar.
Oh. It's not Jazz that anyone should be worried about. It's the other one. Jazz, trust me. I'll be surprised if he leaves with his glasses intact.
Yeah, I like him. A little bit of character. Something wrong with his bottom, teeth. Like a yellow
he
tint to him.
he keeps doing this like he has a gum issue.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
Remember that one rapper? I think he's from Texas. Wall.
Oh shit, we could. Oh yeah.
That guy. Remind me of that guy.
Yeah, he was what he had that single, what's his name? Niecy, Nosy, Jelly, Nelly. There it is.
Nelly.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
Lord. All right, let's get in this bar.
Smile for me, daddy.
No,
Let
no,
your
stick to
pretty
Hooba
head
Stank.
go
Please
on.
stick to Hooba Stank.
I'm hip.
You walk in, and Jazz, she's got a bottle of Jack on the table, and she's just like spinning it a little bit. The moment she sees you walk in, she breaks it and holds it to him, and be like,
See?
do I need to continue?
No, I heard the whole thing. I'm sorry for being followed.
You heard the
because
whole thing.
I have spiders sung by listening to the vibrations of the weaver's webs. A werewolf can eavesdrop on any kind of long distance conversation.
Nice.
Yes.
And
Sean, you heard most of that.
I didn't try to get followed. My bad. I guess that's what I get for taking public transit. Sue me. That was fun.
Interesting.
All right.
Maybe we should.
She like looks at them
take-
like that's what was said, right? Because she wasn't listening.
You see this bar stool, which is just bent. It's just, I'm assuming it's one of those metal ones, and it's just bent to shit. And he's like, yeah, we talk.
You're gonna replace that, right?
No, it's fine. He sits it down and immediately
Put it on
falls
my
over.
Can I put my hands down?
Yes.
No. Oh, okay. One up, one down.
All right.
Yeah, like
So-
you're asking a
I was gonna
question in
say,
class.
This is a test. Go ahead and choose. Do you have a
enjoying that
question?
drink?
Yeah, was that person who was following me?
We don't know.
Why don't you use those
Ye-
heightened senses of yours and see if they're still tracking you down?
Oh, Spider Song. Gotta know that the conversation is happening.
Hmm.
Did you get any smells on the way here that weren't? I don't know.
Oh, I got plenty of smells on the bus. Nothing nothing surprising, but a lot of things suspicious.
Hey, Fid, why don't we take Mr. Staples hunting?
Sounds
that
like a good
me?
idea.
My last name is
Yes.
Collins.
Whatever you say, Paul Wall. But
That's not my name either.
don't we I thought we had something else we wanted to do this evening.
You do have a letter that was given to you that you
Oh,
hold in
shit.
your hand, Finn.
That's right.
Walks
You read that yet?
He was too excited that he got to ruin a car that he
I wonder if
forgot.
it's money.
That's fair. That's fair.
Wonder if it's money.
That pen was expensive.
It's a get well
What the
card.
hell?
Crazy gift card.
It's
It's a check.
you just get a check from Silas.
Oh my god.
Thank you
Thanks,
for being such a
BB.
good friend. Ooh.
You might want to
I
cash
forgive
that
you,
real quick.
Woo.
shit. Bank's open. No, he opens the letter.
You open
Oh
the
my
letter.
God.
It is the handwriting. It is the handwriting of a doctor, so it's chicken scratch. But it takes you a minute to read and decipher what Silas has written. Some information about what he's learned about your quarry, one would say, the hunters. First, he lists the name of a bar, Crow's Perch. Let me just make sure that's right. Crow's Den, I'm sorry. The Crow's Den. And gives some information. It's by Navy Pier. It's a biker bar. And he kind of puts some, like, question marks, like, not the best lead. But then, underneath that, he puts the address of a church. This church, it is located more toward O'Hare, in that area of Chicago. And he gives details of an encounter that happened there and puts big circles around it. And at the very end of the letter, he says, P.S. Thanks for the pen.
Oh. Eat shit, Lucas. Alright, we got some information about a biker bar, then also a church. Seems that those seem to be like the main areas these folks like to hang out at. You been to any biker bars recently for your jam sessions?
Nah, I hate those dudes.
Well, those are some leads. Do we have any preferences? By the way, like I said previously, one of our own were taken out by these hunters, so we need to take this as seriously as we can.
That's why I'm here.
What are we doing when we get there? Are we just killing everyone in there? How do we know who's a hunter and who's not?
We don't.
Oh.
But if they're intelligent enough to figure out who we are usually, then they'll probably be easy to point out. I'm assuming if a human says, "Oh shit, Egaru," or whatever they call us, heartbeats start going up, eyes dilate. There might be some noticeable things, and then our little radar dork over here could possibly pick up some interesting conversation.
Call me a dork.
It's a term of endearment at this point right now.
I don't know you.
Okay, get the fuck out my bar then, and I'll have this conversation with my family.
We're working together. We're not friends yet. You don't know where I live. I don't know where you live. We're working together.
Long Beach, didn't you say?
That beach is long, brother. You don't know where my house is.
Interesting. Joe, where's Long Beach?
California.
So
Okay.
Joe, quick question, Joe. Did you send some of the dogs out, some of the pups out to do some scouting, or not yet? Okay, just making sure.
It was a suggestion. We didn't really agree on it yet.
Okay.
You know, I don't want to make any assumptions. None of y'all look like I mean, maybe with your hair, but like.
Oh, he
you
wants a
kinda look like
demonstration.
bikers.
The boy wants a demonstration.
Joe.
No.
Joe.
You got me wrong. You got me twisted. No, like we're not gonna walk into a bar and someone's gonna be like, "They're the wolves." We just go.
So you're just assuming that humans that are trained to look for otherworldly beings would not always have their ears ready for who we are, who the worms are?
Oh no, don't get me wrong. I get it. You know, your face looks like it's on a few wanted posters. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like you're gonna walk in and people are gonna start drawing weapons.
how about this? We go get a drink. Take a look. Whatever follows us out. We pick up anything, we lure them out. And then we go to church. Forgive us for our sins, kind of deal.
Just got away with words.
Shut up.
Welcome.
All right. Sounds like a plan, Joe.
Yeah.
Okay. The question is, do you guys... I guess it doesn't matter if you go during the day or at night. The bar is probably open in the evening, so
All right, let me.
you'll
go
probably
back.
want to go to the bar in the evening. But is this something you want to do tonight? Do you want to sleep on it? Or are you ready to move now, for all intents and purposes?
Do we have anything we need to prepare? I gotta get out of this damn outfit. Other than that,
I don't know. Is there something we should prepare? Like
That's
for
up
hunters?
to you. But
Dog sleep somewhere else.
I
Say for all
usually
of
have
you.
to- Oh, God.
One thing you may want to consider is if you are going to be roughing some people up, you may want to stock up on some rage.
Mm.
That is a thought.
Oh yeah, that mechanic.
oh yes, the
Yes.
rage mechanic.
Oh yeah.
we take a small jaunt over to Joe's bar and start trouble.
No.
Happy
Oh,
Joe's.
John.
Happy Joe's.
Happy
There we
Joe's
go.
We're so
down
happy
the road.
anymore.
There's one thing that pisses me off. It's karaoke. No, I mean, yeah,
At $5.
we still got because isn't this the anniversary technically?
It's in a couple of nights.
Okay.
The anniversary, it's like 2 or 3 days away.
I would just Jazz, you're good at finding stuff out. Have you ever any of the forums or anything, any information on hunters possibly? Did you could find?
Jazz, it's a little out of your purview.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
But
other, or actually, go ahead. Go ahead.
I need to go do a visit.
I was gonna
And
say.
perhaps I can gain some insight there from someone who would.
Ugh.
So I don't, but about that time I can let you know if I find anything out. But you know how it is.
Okay. Just
I'll meet you guys back here.
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck, Andrew. I think I'll be back.
You know my name.
I do, but I won't
No
use it.
No one thought it was worth remembering, Giovanni. You got a place
And
to
Jazz
say.
is gonna head to the Umbra.
Hey, here we
And
go.
Jazz, you step outside and you head toward the woods, toward the Shaganeski woods, actually. There's a usual spot that you go to. Especially at night, it's nice because it's quiet. There's nobody on hikes walking around. It's peaceful. It's calm. And on this night, the moon is actually, let's take a look very quickly. What is the phase of the moon on this evening? Just want to check something. It's not full.
It's a moon.
It's a half moon.
The moon.
No.
Tonight the moon is at a half moon, and that was his sign when he had his first change. That was the moon. As you walk through the forest, there's a small opening between the trees and a creek that has gentle water. You kneel down and you commune. The normal way that you do, the way that you learned, the way that you all learned, really, when you first took your steps into the Umbra, the step sideways that brings you to a world that is much like your own, but not. And this night, when you take that step sideways into the Umbra, all around you, the trees, they disperse. But you still see the sky above you. You see the stars and the moon. And you see in the distance that small fire, that small flame. It's not the typical reds and golds, but it's a blue flame. And you walk toward it. And emerging from the flame is a small spirit. A wolf. You see
You'll
him.
see Jazz like she this whole time has been like combative, up in arms, and you just see like her shoulders kind of drop a little bit and just
Spirit looks at you. It doesn't speak. But see his eyes.
how you been?
Shrugs slightly.
earlier. Dad was trying to explain something. Really, really struggling with his words. And I thought how I'd make a joke with you about it. He's still trying. Listen, you remember Carla?
Slight nod.
Group of hunters got her.
See his
You
head
know
go
anything
down.
about hunters?
The head remains down.
Know anywhere? I'm trying to think if there's anything else, like, because he was the one with the phone all the time.
You see his head look up toward the half moon. Jazz, as you look up, the moon, it looks back at you. For a second, when you look back, Emory is not there. But what you do see is a different vision. Out in the distance, you see corruption. But this corruption, it shows its form in an interesting way. The way it manifests itself is actually in the form of actual, like, fungal masses, mushrooms. You see these mushrooms that spread spores of plague and death. Writhing tendrils that spread out. And you see them latch on to 4 different things. You see the spirits of 4 individuals. One looks feminine, and the other 3 masculine. The feminine one, you see very like markings. You can't make out their face or anything, but you see something of tattoos. Then you see one with a baseball bat, one with the sword. And then as you look back, the tendrils, where they go back to their source, the fungus, the mushrooms, corruption all around, all spawning from one place. And looking closer at it, you see steeples, a church, an angel, a statue, and the angel all around it decaying from the fungus. And this vision, it's not something you've ever experienced before, but you feel like the moon is trying to tell you something about this corruption. Communicates this to you. And then that vanishes.
Okay. Is Emory still around?
Emory returns.
She's gonna embrace him, give a little kiss on the head, and just, I'll be back. Just like every night. And real quick, F you to Chris for that. Just saw the overlay. And before she leaves, before she sidesteps back, she's just gonna look back at him and say, I'm gonna make it up to you. And she'll sidestep out.
Those words echo in the Umbra, and you are brought back to the woods. And as you said those last words, I'll make it up to you. You think about this world and the cruelty of it and what it's done to you. And not so specifically the world as a whole, but the people involved in Emory's death. Their corruption, their money, their lack of empathy and care.
It's unfair.
It is unfair. And as you take that step back into the material world, a flash comes into your vision, Jazz. The flash of a woman with snakes for hair. She stares at you, and you stare back and freeze, staring into her eyes, petrified for a moment. It frightens you, but then it fills you with fury. And in that moment of petrification, you are brought back to this world, to everything normal, the crisp air of Chicago, the trees, the creek, the familiar sounds. It takes you a second to ground yourself, but you return. And right below you, at your feet, is a mushroom.
She's gonna stomp on it and walk back towards the bar.
You head back to the bar. Fen, Joe, Sean, anything else that the three of you want to do during this time to prepare? Or do you mostly just wait?
Probably do a little bit of kicking, a little bit of chatting, and as Jazz would come back, probably open the door to the stereo being a little bit louder than preferred, and just Joe watching enamored as like Sean has set up like pots and pans, and it's just, noises that I make, well, I fall for nothing. Show me what is fun, make me understand it. I've been crawling in the dark, looking for the answer. You like Hoops Tank?
Jazz closes the door and goes out. It's back outside. She like
This
walked in and
guy
went,
is talented.
Fen is just changing clothes into like his usual outfit after work. He's just like, y'all are truly idiots.
What? You'll get. Oh, this is how I get rage.
Oh, well, carry on. Joe loves it. I just, I'm just making statements.
Good, perfect. I just need to play something a little faster. Yeah.
I mean, I go for it.
Yeah. And like you see like signs as like, an alcoholic looking for their second drink. Kind of the like, oh yeah, I really fucking need this. And just like, rushes over to the stereo to like play something a little bit faster, a little bit more aggressive.
What do we have, Joe? What else is on that jukebox? You play it every day.
Hearing the drum
Well, I
stop,
mean-
she'll come back in and be like, all right, we're done with that, right? That's over? That's not going to happen again?
I think it's just begun.
All right. So I have info if you want it. Otherwise, we can watch Sean play.
We're gonna get angry. This is how I get angry. My anger is healthy.
We go to the church.
Church first.
Church first.
All right. Tonight.
Where it originates. That's where it is. Whatever it is, that's where we go.
All right. One more song.
No. No more songs.
Can we listen to something in the car?
Call.
Sure. All right. I'll put my headphones in. And very
You guys ready?
discreetly, with skin bind, which is a really funny word to say out loud.
Massively.
John like turns away, lifts up his hoodie a little bit, and pulls headphones out of seemingly nothing. I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Joe.
What?
You know where he was keeping those, right?
In the prison pocket. Oh.
This man been through some stuff. Maybe we should, cut him.
There's
cut
no
him some
reason for
slack.
us to go to Long Beach.
Dangerous there, apparently.
Oh, gee.
I hate this. Oh my god. Right. So, you guys ready, or do you need a moment?
Yes. No.
Are we bringing the pups?
I don't know.
They gotta
Hey,
come out
Joe,
of
like-
training at some point.
Yeah, but like hunters, I don't know. Maybe we could start something where we just all collectively hunt like one kindred or one worm. Like,
Maybe a deer. Start them off on some small stuff.
Joe,
well, yeah,
Man could take
one worm.
as you're talking about the pups, you see Philippe run up to you and drop something from his maw. It's a mushroom.
What are you doing? You out there digging around in the trash again? When did we start serving mushrooms at the bar?
This is what I saw in the Umbra. He just like stares down at it. Like,
Does it? You saw this on the other side.
Mhm.
Does the mushroom look like it is like grown
Yeah.
around here? Is it something I'd see outside all the time? or something?
This doesn't look like an indigenous mushroom to the woods or the greater
This
area.
I was gonna say you would know, Ben.
Yeah.
Me, Jazz is like,
I
I'm just
would
gonna
know.
step on this and walk away.
Park
You
ranger.
are a park ranger.
Jim.
Teach us.
As a matter of fact, Fen, this mushroom looks almost like it doesn't look like a what are they? The like regular like red cat, or like the ones that you see, but it almost looks not real. Like
it doesn't
it's
make
too
sense.
Yes, it's too like perfect looking. It just
It's too
it's
symmetrical.
not. Yeah, it just looks like almost like a fake mushroom. It doesn't look
Gotcha.
like a regular mushroom you'd find on the ground.
Nature doesn't paint in straight lines.
Right, in this way. Right.
Exactly. Yes.
If I weren't
Philippe,
holding
you
it
out
in
there
my
eating
hand-
umber mushrooms?
Don't.
Ooh,
Maybe-
that doesn't look
maybe
very
they will.
magical.
Joe, you know what I go to the Ember for. Don't act like you don't. Now, I'm just saying, this is what I saw.
Is this a good sign or a bad sign?
I would say bad.
Okay. Joe, don't let him eat that.
eating umber mushrooms.
Put that down.
Philippe head goes down and just turns back.
Philippe, don't let him yell at you. You're a good boy.
Well, I'm not
Like-
mad.
Where'd it come
Like
from?
that. Well, when I left the Umbra, it was also outside, but I didn't bring this one here.
Well, what was it? Was this all you saw? Like, it was just Emory and mushrooms, or was there something else?
No.
Everybody's tripping balls.
There were 4 humans, ? And
Capital H humans?
yeah,
Capital
capital
H.
H humans.
What?
And
Hmm.
looked like 3 men, 1 feminine, with a tattoo. They had weapons, and they
Oh yeah,
all
I
were
forgot to
covered.
I forgot to describe one with glasses. There's so there was 4
Nah,
of
she
them.
wouldn't remember that nerd.
Ah, that one,
And an intelligent.
and an academic.
Fucking nerd.
We're screwed.
They all
Right?
seemed to be infested in a way, but it all led back to a church. There was like an angel, like the church mom used to take us when we were little. The angel statue, I don't remember which saint, but
Don't look at me.
I'm gonna tell mom.
What?
Regardless, it all led back there. And then it was gone.
Hmm.
Okay, so probably dealing with 4 hunters, as well as them dealing with some shrooms. Maybe they use drugs to try to fight something like
I
that.
don't know if we're dealing with 4 hunters, but I know we're dealing with something that has to deal with all of them.
Are we dealing with angels? Because you said there was an angel.
I don't know. It seemed important enough that it was quite vivid. You know, they were like shadows of steeples, but you know, it wasn't like it's not like an address flashed in front of me and said, "Hey, make sure to go down into the basement" or something. I don't know.
Okay, because
Ben?
if we had to fight an angel, your mom's gonna be pissed with me. Yes, storyteller.
roll me an intelligence and occult.
Oh God. Alright.
You're
Oh,
Roll me a
God.
book check.
Which
But you're so
actually-
good at those.
If it's not park ranger stuff, Ben ain't ready for it.
And for everybody, in Werewolf the Apocalypse, when we talk occult, we're talking not like the things of like the kindred world, which is like magic, blood magic, and you know things
Hot
like that.
topic.
Sorcery.
Sorcery. The occult for wolves is things more of the spiritual nature, which Fen
I should
has
know this shit.
some experience in.
I'm gonna get fired.
He, as a
3
Philodox
successes.
Hart Warden, he has some in this, and he rolled 3 successes, which is pretty good. So, Fen, when the stuff that Jazz is describing, it is esoteric in nature, which usually it is when you're talking about things in the Umbra. You know that from what you've learned, sometimes the Umbra speaks of things that are of corruption, things that could be considered enemies of Gaia and Luna. You've heard things go along the lines of like evil, or dissonant. You've heard this word. You don't know what it means, but you've heard it among the Sept. Emory. It's a type of evil that manifests itself influences from the worm that manifest itself as like banes in people. And this, it seems like this church, the stuff that's going on, may be corrupted by these banes of the Fomori. That seems to be probably what she's interpreting. You don't know the details of all of the spiritual stuff, but that's the idea that you get.
Got you. And that's what the fungus kind of like symbolizes, basically.
Exactly. It's like this corruption.
10-4. Finn explains that just as articulate as you did. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I know.
Why are your hands like that?
This is
Yeah,
this is my
what are
park
you
ranger.
doing?
When I'm telling the kids about, you know, bird shit, this is how I set my hands.
All the way up here?
Yeah, it keeps them focused. Oh, sorry, yo. It keeps you focused. Or at least it keeps them focused. Attention span of a 6-year-old is very short.
Okay, so it is corruption of the spiritual type.
Indeed.
You keep doing okay.
Okay.
So they're not good
Um,
humans. And maybe this corruption, maybe we can sense it some way, possibly, to point out who we're looking for.
Okay. Is there like kind of a tuning rod for that? Like,
We just sniff them out. Use your senses.
smells
Nose.
evil in here.
Maybe we can walk around like this.
Yeah,
No,
maybe
that's
this will
if
be
you want to
recognized.
say
This-
something,
I'll
Joe.
let y'all do that. I'll let
If
y'all do
Oh,
you want to say something, then
I don't know. It
As an
sounded like this gives you
intellect.
confidence and focus. So
see,
I
y'all
thought it
wouldn't
helped us
understand because y'all
focus
don't
to
have
the
very,
evil.
you know,
Wait.
educated academic
I got it.
conversations
Listen.
like I do every day.
I got a
You're
master.
right. You're right. Really?
A master in what?
Physics.
Oh shit.
Really?
Yeah. That is easy. How do you feel?
Mm-hmm. You're doing
I
great.
don't know. I don't
Mhm.
Okay. So, so is this a tonight thing or a tomorrow thing?
Is that what are we looking at? What day of the week is it? Storyteller.
It's a Wednesday.
Ugh.
Oh. My dudes.
It's Wednesday, my dude.
Oh
Ugh.
my god. Okay. It's a Wednesday. And thankfully you guys have the option to go during the day or at night because you don't have to, you know,
But
you don't
then
have
we
the
have- okay.
problems that Kindred have.
I say we but you did say it was this evening. We were here this evening, so we could make a whole day of it tomorrow. Or we can go tonight and then
If we go tonight, she like looks out, like she like points out because I realize there's no windows in here. It's the moon.
yes. The moon is out.
There's
Like
no
every
moon
night.
tomorrow
Oh shit. Okay.
in the morning. You
I'll get
understand?
my coat.
Oh
Do you
yeah, you got
understand?
yeah.
Okay.
Look at us. Using our brains for once. So proud of y'all.
This is
So
a powerful
tonight.
pose.
It is.
I hate it here.
So we're going tonight.
All right. Okay. So we're going tonight. Who needs to do what before we go?
I got
See, now you
everything
got
I
me
need
doing
on me.
this Shit.
Same.
Literally. Same.
Joe, you got any weapons? Any
What's everybody's rage at?
2?
1. But there's a moon I can howl at.
I think
Yes.
we're all gonna howl at that
Yeah, I
one.
think we're all gonna do that.
Okay. So that'll get you a rage.
Cool.
So
We
you'll
can
be at
only
2
insult each
rage.
other enough.
No, I mean that's fine. Honestly, that'll that'll help you. And you'll probably be provoked and potentially gain rage throughout the evening.
But
You think we're gonna
Fight
need
us, Tracy.
weapons?
Fight us.
we can find ways to be upset. That is not hard
This is true.
at all. But
One
okay.
could say when I left the Umbra and was looking at all those angry things, I gained a rage.
That was a spiritual journey, so you do not gain rage from it.
Whatever.
I saw
Haggle that rage. Haggle for that rage.
You proudly holding your book as if you know more.
Do you
than
need to
people
play
who
some
don't know
more?
anything.
You forgot the state.
You forgot the power pose.
Do you play any more Hoobastank, Sean, to get more rage?
Oh my
I had to
god.
put my headphones on.
I swear to God.
If he does, do I get rage from that?
Okay.
Familial
Oh.
provocations do not induce rage.
Hmm.
How
We don't
dare
know
you?
him.
That was
We don't-
needed
How
that
dare
right
you
there.
assume he's
for that.
familial?
We don't know Sean. He's not familiar.
Poor Sean.
He has not earned a Corona yet. Absolutely not.
It's true, he has
No.
not.
You drink a Bud Light, son.
That's all you get.
Okay, Finn, you asked for weapons. Do you think we're gonna need weapons?
Joe, what you think we just saying hi, hello, how are you?
No, but I mean, you said you needed weapons, and then like Claude Joe comes up again. I'm just saying, like, do we
All right.
need?
Then we don't need weapons. I'm
You
just-
want to take another stool?
Ha ha. Joke's on you. They're gonna have stools at the bar.
True.
We're
But
not going to
seriously.
the bar.
Oh
Going to
right.
the
At
church.
least
They
not
gonna
yet.
have.
We're going to the church.
They gonna have.
Are you gonna pick up a pew?
Like I can't.
Could be fun.
Be nice.
Okay, so we're going. Mushroom people are at the church. Okay, now, like I said previously about how the Anarchs got their hands on weaponry that could hurt us, I assume that these hunters would also. So, if we are going to be going in guns a-blazing or claws a-clawing, make sure that you have that in the back of your minds as well.
Do we want to blow this thing up?
Possibly.
You got bombs?
How many minus points do we get for blowing up a church?
I mean,
Like with the Lord?
Yes.
Like aura.
Yeah. Like, how mad will
Sure.
Jesus be if we blow this
Sure.
church up?
I'm more worried about
You're like,
Gianna than
oh
Jesus.
no. Dread. Extensive dread.
Gianna
Um,
scares me more. But go ahead.
you as Garu, Gaia wouldn't care. So that's all that matters to you.
All right, Jazz. If we do end up blowing this church up, your mother hears nothing of it. Ever.
I'll tell her.
I'll think about it.
You better not, Joe.
All right.
Hey, Storyteller.
Yes.
Would there be a shotgun behind the bar?
Yes. Your bar,
He's
yes.
gonna take it out and just ready when you are.
Oh, we're doing that. Oh,
Weapons, Joe.
You said weapons. Are we not taking the weapons?
That is a weapon.
All right,
She said
excuse me. I'm going to my
weapons.
truck.
They're humans.
Where'd you get that
Capital
from?
H.
Don't worry about it.
Present pocket.
What did you?
But
pull
he was
out?
up here.
Ew.
A 9.
Ew. What is that made of?
He was up here, Joe.
Iron.
Storyteller,
go.
to what level would everyone have like a weapon that you will allow?
You all are allowed one weapon. And
I
by
asked
one
for a
weapon,
gun.
you don't get an RPG, you get
Well, yeah.
a
Boo.
handgun or potential assault rifle thingy of choice.
Okay.
That was your friends that we're gonna talk about next time, Joe.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Oh, okay, I got you.
The gun is more like, haha, threatening, and then we actually become threatening.
I was gonna say you are the weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I use this 9 on a composure firearms check.
Okay.
shooting nothing up in here.
Not
Don't
here.
shoot nothing, please.
No, not here. But like I very much plan to use my firearm.
Something.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The only reason why I ask is because I didn't know if we were going to plan something for the church itself. Because honestly, Joe, he has something, but he's like, come on. Like, if we're going to do this, let's go do this.
Well, okay, we'll investigate first. If it gets crazy, then we'll let Magic Hands over here start blasting.
Thought you never asked.
Don't bring the bombs.
The what?
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 We
I don't
all
care.
have
Look.
very intense hearing, okay?
Then why'd you ask what? Joe, if you
I-
got bombs, bring the bombs.
I think I have 4 hand grenades at the most.
Joe,
Got
why
grenades?
why
Huh?
do you have those?
There was a military surplus thing that came into town, and I think I had like maybe $300 to spend.
Joe, you don't have a car, meaning you probably have those on your person right now. Why are you coming into this bar with 4 hand grenades?
You never know.
Let's go.
Where are
It is
they?
like they're right.
Are
Oh,
they-
they're right here. And he pulls out a Ziploc bag of 4 hand grenades that are like padded together with paper towel. Oh, I just put himself, and he's like, "I'm right here."
That's wild.
Let's go. Let's go. We're leaving.
Get out the bar.
Goodbye.
Get out the bar right now, Joe. Joe,
That's,
get out the bar.
that's Joe's weapons that he chose.
Yeah.
Get out the bar, Joe.
The pins are in them. You, out of all people, should. All right. Are we leaving? Are we leaving?
We're leaving.
Okay. So, just so I have understanding of what everybody has, Jazz has a shotgun. Sean, what you have a
I have
what?
a 9mm. A standard
9mm.
handgun.
Later. Yeah.
Okay, standard handgun. Joe has
ignore that.
grenades. Fen, do you have any weapons? Do you have just a handgun? Like, is that something you carry
seen
on
this
you?
man?
No.
He carries himself.
He is the
No.
weapon.
Fen doesn't carry anything. He just picks up the nearest thing and then he starts beating them with that.
That makes sense. Okay, so that's what you guys have on your arsenal.
Sometimes it's the person.
Yes. You're
God, I
leaving the
hope that
pup. You're
happens.
you're leaving the pups, just so I know. They are not
Yes.
coming with. And you're going to first take some time to go out into the woods and howl at the moon to gain some rage.
Ow.
So yes, I would say you all do that now. You take some time.
Ah, woo.
Ow.
Thank you.
I had to clear my throat. No?
You collect everything that you need, and okay? And you're going tonight.
Yep.
Just so I understand, it's no worries. I just want to make
Why?
sure.
Why are you questioning that so much?
We're doomed.
just-
Chat, we're
getting-
doomed.
I'm getting the plan of action here. Okay, so
Uh-huh.
that is the plan of action. All right. So, you gather everything you need. Everybody give yourself an additional point of rage. And the 4 of you take time to head into the city, as the location of this church is in the city limits. And for some of you, it may have actually been a while since you've gone into the city, especially with the incidents that have continued to happen to Garu every time they enter this damn city. So you try to stay as far away as possible. Fen's the only one who maybe has gone in recently, and he hates it every time. Here we go again. Like, when a dog knows they have to go to the vet, you get that sinking feeling, knowing where you have to go next. You all drive into the city and make your approach toward this church. And we will take a break. And when we return, we will see what happens to our Garu as they seek retribution. We will be right back, everybody. Back in like 10-ish minutes. Grab a drink, get your bio breaks, and we will return. This is not an Illuminati pose, everybody. We are not part of the Illuminati. I just want to be clear. Magic RPG is not in a cult.
Man, we can't do nothing around here.
have no
We can't do nothing.
No fun.
I'm not allowed to have fun.
We are not
Get in
part
the
of a
chat.
cult. That is all.
Get in the comments.
Focusing.
We will be right back, everybody. See you at 10. BRB. Hello, everybody. We return to our second half of Werewolf the Apocalypse. Thanks for joining us this evening, and we hope that you are enjoying our werewolf game thus far and the return of our Garu. So, let's dive right back into it, shall we? So, Fen, Joe, Jazz, Sean, you're driving up together. You take one of your cars, and of course, it's not a tinted out SUV. But it seats the four of you comfortably, a sedan. And you drive up. You're approaching closer to this church, the information that Dr. Silas Lysander gave you. St. Francis of Assisi in Hardwood Heights. And as you get closer, you're not quite driving right up to it, obviously, at this time. The one thing that you do see that concerns you is a growing number of cars. And these vehicles, they are also tinted out SUVs. But this is different from the one that you saw at the bar. Looking at the license plates, you can immediately tell they are government license plates. You're driving a little bit closer. You see the church in the distance, the steeples. Jazz, you recognize them vaguely from your visions in the Umbra. You all can sense it. This is it. This is where you need to be. My question is, how do you approach? Do you park the car a little bit a ways and walk up? Do you drive right up and walk in? Does one of you go in? Do all four of you go in? What is your general approach here?
We're just all sitting in the car that's way too small for us. All in the car. And just,
I say we park and walk.
it makes the most sense. Are we talking?
Whatever
No,
you do.
no talking? We're just showing up and showing out.
Well, I'm not gonna be saying anything. If anybody should speak, it's one of you two. What do we say?
Catch.
Okay. Haha. Alright. Alright, we go in quietly.
Just go in, yeah.
It's been a while since we've done this. Last time it was mainly Joe that did the stealth work, so
Feel a little out of sorts, to be very honest.
Why? Because it's church.
There's a lot. That
a lot,
and there's a lot of people here.
whole bunch of people.
We don't have to
Alright.
do anything. We can just walk in, get the lay of the land, see what's to see. What are they gonna do? All of them jump us?
Wait. Shanye, can you hear anything?
You're
Yeah.
muted.
Oh my God, he's gone
He
mute.
can't talk.
hear you.
He can't talk.
I gotta know that the conversation's happening.
Okay, what if
There's
we
a-
get you like
there-
some binoculars or something?
It doesn't need to be. No, this is a real question. It doesn't need to be like you need to know a specific conversation or just the general notion that someone's talking.
Probably just
The
need some
Garden must
binoculars.
be aware that a conversation is happening to listen in on it, though they don't need to know the identities of the participants. So, like, I need to know that someone is talking.
Gotcha. We get
I
them
can't
up on
just
a
like
high
throw an ear somewhere.
Ooh,
Okay.
storyteller.
Yes.
I'm going way back.
Yes.
Okay, but I do have a question.
Okay.
Remember when Joe
That's me.
mollywopped that vampire that had like all the friggin' John Wick weaponry?
Yep.
Oh, I sure.
Do we
remember.
still have the scope and everything to that gun? Did Joe bring that back or no?
I don't
I,
think
it
you
Alright,
was
did.
it was in,
never
it was in it was in pieces. Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
But you're a I almost said camp counselor, but you're a ranger. You should have binoculars in your car.
Maybe. Those are my binoculars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
use them.
You
What
have
are
your
they?
bennies.
They're only for bird watching or something? Use them.
No, I use them for trees.
For what?
And, I
Oh.
like looking at the different
For
foliage.
trees.
Just be careful with them. And he pulls them out.
We're gonna talk about that. Whatever that was, we're gonna talk about that later.
Just get a high perch, climb up one of these buildings, and see if you can find a conversation.
So you're grabbing the bennies and you're gonna listen in.
Sean?
Sean,
You're muted, my dude.
the boy is stricken.
I can't like I'm as the rules as written to me. I guess
You can't.
I guess I will have to see, like I will have to look through the binoculars to see that
Correct.
a conversation is happening and
Correct.
then be able to listen to them. Okay,
Yes.
I get
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Send out the new guy. I get it. Sure. Yeah.
We
Okay.
trust you.
Do you want
Nope.
someone to go with you?
Nope.
Joe.
I'll go.
There you go.
Sure, man.
Okay. So Joe and Sean, you find a tree that you're able
Aw.
to climb. It's this area is it's somewhat residential, but there's not like where the church is, there's not like a ton of houses, but like there's a block or two where there is residential area. So it's not in like a part of the city that has lots of buildings and businesses and things like that. But there is like a tree that you climb up, and it gives you a good vantage point to look down toward the church.
Cool.
You take your binoculars and you take a look. From what you can see, you don't. You look around the parking lot. You see a lot of those vehicles. They're all blacked out SUVs. You don't see any other cars. There's no civilian cars. That's all you see at the church in the parking lot.
Okay.
You
Okay.
glance around to see if you can spot any people outside. You don't see anything. But looking at the front of the church, you see a small courtyard with a statue of an angel. And sitting next to the statue is a nun. She's reading a book. Actually,
These
she wouldn't be
SUVs
because it's nighttime, so she's just sitting to herself.
Okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair. These SUVs, you say they're blacked out, right?
Yes.
Would the inside of those be considered "quote unquote" complete darkness?
Tinted windows? No.
Okay. Would it,
Not
I mean, would they be considered like magical darkness?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna use Eyes of the Owl.
Okay.
Their eyes glowing in ominous yellow. The werewolf gains the ability to see in complete darkness, and systematically, I'm able to see anywhere besides something that is covered in magical darkness. Let me make sure that has a roll.
Yeah. See if you have to roll. Do you have to roll? Do a rage check to use that?
I cost 1 willpower. My renown is wisdom. Yes. Oh, I do have to make a rage check. You are correct.
Okay. So go ahead and roll a rage check, which should be
Okay.
that little fang
Yeah.
looking button next
Okay.
to.
Am I rolling a single die?
Rar.
Yes, it's a single die.
Okay. I have made a success.
So you do not lose rage from this.
Cool.
You keep your rage at the same. Stays at the same level.
All right. And just to make sure, the system, the user can see the user can see in any natural darkness without penalty. If the darkness is of supernatural origin, they gain their wisdom as bonus die on any attempt to resist it, if resistance is possible.
Okay.
So
I
anything
like
wonders?
this. So I like the way you're using this. So you can look through the windows with this. With
Okay.
your eyes of the
Ooh.
owl, you look through the tinted windows in the dark, and it's dark out. So you're but
And I got
you're able
glasses
to,
on.
and you have
And
sunglasses
binoculars.
on, and binoculars. But
He's
with
got
all of this,
sunglasses on at night.
I'm teched up, baby.
I feel like Joe in the tree goes, "Give me these." And he like takes your glasses. He's like, "Oh,
No, get back.
this gift not of your tribe, but of a native gift from Gaia herself. You are able to attune your eyes like an owl, and inside of these vehicles you see weapons. Many weapons. Weapons of all different variety. In the back seats, you see long-ranged weapons. You see pistols. You see grenades. You see even devices that you're not quite sure what they are. You see a gun that looks like it has a net attached to it, and it shoots and captures things in a net. There's a lot to take in, but there's a lot there as well. And that's what you see. And I want you to also now just roll me a wits and awareness to see if there's anything deeper that you see.
Right. Wits and awareness. 3 successes.
3 successes. Glancing at these vehicles, something catches your eye underneath. Just a red blinking dot under the cars. That's all you see.
Do I search my memory and think about how close to one of these cars we parked?
You guys are a distance away. You did see some parked on the street, but you're not near any of them currently. You're parked away from them.
Cool. That's just the immediate sense of danger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey Joe, I got some news. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's bad. Okay, so no one's in the cars. There's a bunch of heat in the backseat, in the trunk of all of these fuckers. And they look like they are rigged.
rigged to.
Do you remember watching like absolutely any movie with bombs and they have those like suspicious ass just like blinking red lights?
I used to be in the military, Sean. I just need you to confirm that. And he like slides down the tree. And he goes over to the wagon and he like just pops in the window and he goes, apparently, according to the kid, everything's laced. It's all a lot of these
shit.
cars are rigged.
Oh.
I'm 30. And there's a nun. It's like trying to read a book at night. That's weird, dude.
There's also a nun trying to read a book at night. Suspicious. Anyway,
Like I didn't see anyone else though.
So this could be a trap.
for who though?
I mean, something that takes a lot of explosives to take out.
Storyteller, I have a question. When we approached, you said that there was a bunch of SUVs there, but did we see a large group of people leave the SUVs and go into the church?
No, you didn't. They were
Are there
just
any
there.
SUVs around the back?
Around the back of the church, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Like, is there?
Oh, it's
You know,
like
I'm-
surrounded.
Oh, okay. Surrounding it.
Well, it looks like we may not need these. And he just, either somebody knew that we were going to be here or they're expecting someone else to be here. Because this classic Tom and Jerry trap.
Well, yeah, I mean, Sean up there was tracked earlier, so who's to say they stopped listening?
You think it's because we messed up their car?
Who, the doc?
Yeah.
Nah, they. Out of all of them, I think the one with the biggest balls was the sister.
We need to figure something out because we just can't go in there because it's already set to go. And if they realize we're putting it in immediate danger,
Just rig it all to blow. Well, if that's the case and we're not going in here, what do you think we should head towards the bar? You think we should bait them out? What are you thinking?
or we can set them off before they do.
I like
was
that
gonna
plan.
say, let's blow them up. We park a little further down. Roll one of your weird Ziploc baggy grenades.
Are they close enough that it would be like a domino effect,
A chain.
Storyteller?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Let's do it.
What about the nun, though?
Fuck them.
What if she's not, human
Oh, a
capital H, but, like,
suspicious ass
lowercase
nun
h?
reading a book at night, rigged with a bunch of explosives on the front steps of a church. This is a Constantine movie. Let's blow this fuck.
Or what if she's the one who has the detonator?
Could go talk to
her. Hey, sister, what are you doing at night? It doesn't feel good.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. So if anything, rig this thing to blow, then what? We wait to see what happens with them coming out, guns ablazing, probably.
If it's wired the way that the kid was saying, ain't nobody coming out.
Got a point.
The thing is what do we do after we do that?
Check out the remains, sadly. And we'd have to do that fast because an explosion like this within the city, somebody's going to come check it out.
Immediately. I defer to you, Finn.
I can't let if the nun's regular human, Emory would never let us do that.
All right, fine.
No, I can do it. I can be in and out. I won't even go through the front door.
It'll be less of a threat too, Finn. They see one of us walking up. It's an immediate problem.
Yeah, y'all dudes too big. No offense.
He looks
I like
to
to
his
eat.
daughter. Be careful.
I will.
I know this one's happening. I can hear it.
That's a good point. That's actually a really good point.
Okay.
Thank you, Sean.
Okay, this is gonna sound dumb. Boxcar kids type shit, but should we think of like a code word if Sean is listening?
What do you mean a cold word? Jazz can hear us if we're talking right here, and she's all the way over there.
What? No, for Jazz. Like if you said something, I can't hear that. Am I overthinking this? I probably.
Jazz, get the fuck out of there.
Got it.
No, that's what I say to you from here all the way over there.
Oh, okay.
Jazz, get the
You
fuck
just
out
gotta-
of there.
Just gonna yell it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
Alright.
what? If that's the case, I just start checking.
Yeah.
It's not the best plan, but it's a plan.
If it's you'll know if it's not going good. But I'm going to look at the nearest highest thing I can climb, and I'm going to use Hare's Leap. to jump into the courtyard.
Okay. Let's see. You may have to make a rage check for that.
It says renown glory. I don't know if there's a
Cost one. Let's see. No, actually, you do not need to make a
Sick.
rage check for that.
I just jump.
Just be
You do.
jumping.
And I want to jump in a way that it's behind her so that she
Okay.
doesn't see someone just fly into the courtyard.
Yes, you are able to. You jump behind the courtyard where there's a small gate that looks like it's open. And you see her just sitting there. And now she grabs her rosary around her neck and is sitting, meditating.
Excuse me.
Oh.
Sorry. I seem to have gotten lost. Is there a sermon tonight?
You look at this woman. She's in her probably like late 40s, sharp features and piercing blue eyes. She looks at you. Ah, yes. Are you here for the midnight mass? Father Jude's midnight mass.
Yeah, sure. I saw there was a church in the area, and I'm looking for confession.
Well, you've come to the right place. I'm Sister Agnes.
Wonderful to meet you, Sister Agnes. I'm Lily.
A beautiful name. And she looks down at the
My father
flowers.
named me.
Well, if you're here for the mass, we start in another. Actually, we start right now. She smiles and gets up. Why don't you follow me?
How are my spidey
Going
senses
inside, they're
feeling?
going inside.
You. Hold on one sec, Jazz. Let me.
Because
just-
player spidey senses are going, I'm in danger.
Roll me a intelligence and actually roll me just a resolve and composure.
Resolve and compose.
And which is also a attribute, so it'll be 2 at the top.
Yeah.
Oh, rolling both attributes.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Four successes.
4 successes. That feeling in the pit of your stomach grows greater when she says, "Follow me." The whispers in your ears. Say danger. You see her grab the book and close it. She steps up. She stands tall, actually. She's taller than you, Jazz. And she smiles and begins to walk.
Where is the sermon? I didn't see it when I walked in.
Oh, it's inside. In the
Where?
church, of course.
I didn't see it as I walked in.
Did you step inside the church?
I did.
It is beautiful, is it not?
Was the sermon on the left or the right?
You must not be familiar with how the church operates. Have you ever been to one before? A mass.
Not this one.
Yes. You see, when Father Jude speaks on the pulpit, his words, they're inspiring, you see. The things he says, he speaks. And you see her grab her rosary again. She looks at you. Lord of hosts, bless the silver around my neck. That it
She's
may
like,
strike true.
dead.
Grant me the strength to stand against the fury and courage to face those in their monstrous forms. Protect my soul and save it from their corrupting touch. And let your wrath guide
He's gonna
my
swipe
hand.
her jaw.
Oh snap! Joe, it's time to
He's just
bowl.
gonna swipe her jaw.
Gotta go.
To stop her from talking.
She takes
She'll-
the
she'll
rosary
make capital
and rips
H.
it from her neck as you swipe from her jaw. The rosary hits against your hand, Jazz. You swipe against her neck. Roll me a strength and brawl.
You are still in human form.
Yes.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
Ooh, so it doesn't go. Psst.
Yeah.
Mhm,
As
mhm.
as I hear Dad. Oh no! As I hear Dad, I
don't
yell to
have a
Joe.
lot.
Joe says, "All right, Joe, time to roll."
She rips her rubber. You rip into her jaw. Her face. She falls to the ground at this, and she grabs. She breaks off her necklace, and you see her look down at the ground and laugh.
Without a jaw?
You don't take her jaw off. You
okay.
you see her face. You like slap into her face, but her jaw is not ripped off, and she's on the ground. And you hear her laughing.
I'm gonna stare down.
Okay. Stare down. So I think that does require a rage check.
It does.
Yes,
Okay.
you have this too. This is a one that is a it is a Hart Warden.
Oh,
Gift.
I don't know if I have that anymore.
I was gonna say,
Oh.
I don't know if you have it because your father has it. If I'm not mistaken,
I
is
had
a
it
Hart-
under native.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yes, it is a native gift. It
This
is
is a native
not
gift.
a
Yeah.
Hart Warden gift. I just know that both you and Fen have it, so I thought it was a.
Philodox. It's a
Mhm,
Yeah.
Philodox.
mhm.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your rage check for that.
Okay. How do I do that? Just rage dice?
Yeah, just that little
The maw.
angry maw
Yeah.
A little-
next to rage.
Do I roll one?
Yes, just one.
Okay, just making sure.
Ooh.
Well-
Okay. Wait, Jazz, you added rage, right? Because you held at
yeah,
the moon.
So you had two.
I did.
Okay.
So I have one now.
Okay, thank God. Whew. Okay, by the way, guys, you don't want to get to zero rage.
Right.
Because then you lose the wolf and you basically can't do anything.
Oh,
Okay,
excellent.
for a second I thought you were going to go to, okay. Whew. Okay. All right.
Wonderful.
So, yes. Okay, you are able to stare her down. And with this ability, she feels your presence. She feels what you can become. And when you are in that state, it is the most frightening thing a human can witness. And so as she laughs, the laughing turns to trembling, and you see physically her arms shaking on the ground, trembling. And in a way, it almost looks for a second like she's possessed as she begins to scream and writhe and laugh and cackle, but just tremble in place, Jazz. You see her.
Where is the sermon?
You see her hand raise and point forward to the doors
Where she was leading me?
where she was leading you.
I'm gonna stomp on her.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me a strength or dexterity. Dexterity, athletics.
Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I did this right. So athletics and dexterity I'll do. 3 successes.
3 successes. One moment.
Ooh.
Okay, no, you're good. By the way, if you guys ever get 2 of those red die with the maws, let me know, because that's a brutal outcome.
Right.
So, which... Okay. No, okay. All right, so you take your leg, Jazz, and step into her back as her she's on all fours at this point, trembling, and you step into her and you feel the crack of her back. She is just a person. And as you crack into her back, she screams and shrieks again. Joe, Fen, Sean, you hear the shriek coming from her voice. It echoes down the street, and she falls into the ground limp.
All right. One way
The
to
three
cover
of
that
you?
up.
What would you like to do?
Are we running in?
Well, I mean, we're gonna start a little fireworks show, and then probably, yeah. You just need one. You just need one. I don't know why you're holding both of them up.
You really just need one. They are loaded.
You both are no fun. Fine.
You don't want to say
I have one job. I have one job.
Finn already has his fingers in his ears. Find the hole.
Do I know if he blows that up, if I'm okay in the courtyard, or should I jump out? Because I would hear them saying this.
You anticipate there could be danger.
I'm gonna jump
honestly,
out. I'm gonna use
You
my
just
leap.
hear you hear
Yeah.
your dad say find the hole.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, guys.
Boom! Tosses it right in the middle.
Roll me a dexterity, either melee. Oh no, melee is just punching. No, brawl is just punching. Melee is melee weapons. Roll me a dexterity athletics.
Because you're tossing it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to see how well
Come
you.
on, Jalen Hurts. We going to Super Bowl, baby.
One cap.
I tried to go the way Emory would have wanted, and look where it got me.
Didn't work.
Didn't work.
Her back sounded like a Dorito when you stepped on it.
I bet it.
An unmistakable cry.
Three
3
successes.
successes. Okay. I would say you could spend willpower, but you'd only be able to re-roll 1 die. 3 successes is enough.
Just tossing the
It's
ball.
all,
Just tossing the
close
ball.
only matters in horseshoes
And hand grenades. Nice.
And Joe, where exactly are you looking to aim this?
So here we go. Follow your boy. If this is the church, I assume that the vehicles are around the courtyard
style.
like this, right? Solid. We're going right at the steeple.
Oh wait, what?
You're going
Yeah,
right to
so-
the center of the church.
No. So I take it back. So right, like I want to be like at least right here in between wherever the dividing line is between the two horseshoes
I
Of
see.
the cars.
or the
Okay.
cars. Yeah. Because I just need a blast to trigger what's already under those cars, and that's just gonna go like that's the plan.
Okay.
Oh,
You-
yeah.
You throw the grenade, and as the pin releases and it throws, ding, 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 it hits the ground. The explosion hits. It
Okay.
lights up the car. The steeple where the church is also ignites.
Jazz flying through the air.
Jazz, roll
Explosions
me,
behind her.
roll me a dexterity and athletics.
Oh boy.
Come on,
The
Jazz.
impact of an explosion
Come on,
is
gym
usually what
class.
kills you.
Yeah, it really is.
A human.
Yes, it is not that the
3
wind is
successes.
blowing, it is what the wind is blowing.
That too, yeah.
Jazz, you make a run and you dive. And the one thing that you see as you're diving, you see the explosion behind you, but you look up and something catches your eye. A red laser.
Oh!
The laser is pointed at you and it fires. One moment.
Question, storyteller, while you're plotting and scheming there.
Yes.
With Joe's heightened senses, would he be able to track the laser?
You would have to reactivate your heightened senses.
Okay.
But you would be able to.
Okay. I'd like to, but I can wait to resolve
Okay.
that.
Yep. One moment. Jazz,
Yep.
you feel a bullet strike into your leg. And you feel the sudden sharp pain hit your leg. And it doesn't fully process for a moment, but you feel it. And then you feel the pain sharp. You take 1 aggravated damage from this shot. So you can mark just
that.
you mark that in your health.
Okay.
You could just
one
mark it.
slash?
Yep, once yes. 2 slashes for
Oh.
aggravated. I'm sorry.
Thank you, God.
Thank you, person.
You take aggravated damage from this gun. Joe,
Yes.
you heighten your senses. And as you do, you see the 1 car explode, but you don't see a chain reaction that you were hoping for. You look, the blinking lights, they're still there under the cars. But nothing happened. And then you look around, and now you see it too. You see those lasers. But you don't just see 1, you see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all moving around this block. And then they're pointed toward you. I wouldn't do any more damage if I were you. You hear a voice. Down the road. Sean, Fen, Joe, you turn around. You see a priest. He stands there. Cigarette on the ground that just finished. I wouldn't cause any more damage if I were you. Hope you had your fun. If you take any more steps, these guns will fire on all of you. It was not you that I was expecting here. You're not my target. You're not my quarry. You're not who I'm seeking out. There are others that I seek out in this city. But just because I'm not seeking you out doesn't mean there are others that are. All these lights. Let's just say the government has a special interest in werewolves. Is that what you call yourselves? Do you have special names? I don't mind helping out those who provide me what I need for my job. The government. They're helpful. So, I leave this in their hands. Let you all perish. What does it matter to me? God will know his own. And you are not of God. And he snaps his finger for all of the guns to go off. You all have a split second to do something. Jazz, everybody except you, you're on the ground. Sean?
Am I still up in a tree?
Did you stay up in the tree?
I don't know.
Actually, I would say you, because you were
Think
trying
you
to
were in
see
the tree.
Jazz's conversation. So
Yeah.
at this point, actually, Sean, you are out of sight. And all the things that were just said were addressed to Joe and Fen. Sean, you remain out of sight.
I'm quiet as fuck.
Fen and Joe, you have a moment to react. There are many things you can do, but I will say the one thing you feel is that fury. Fen.
Does Fen see that his daughter has been shot?
Yes.
She would have let out a yelp for sure.
I would like to argue for a point of rage. He did not hear a thing that priest said.
Yes. You may gain a point of rage.
I think one of two things probably happen. I think that military training of once he hears the first shot go off, I think he gets down in a covered position from at least the angles that he notices. His senses aren't as keen as Joe's, but he probably sees the red dots. And then after that, he would go into full Craiggumz.
Hey, you do that. Hold on that. Joe, what would you like to do at this moment? I'd like to know what you would like to do.
So this entire conversation happened by the wagon, and similar to what Finn did, instead of jumping down, he jumps into the wagon. And Finn's gonna be real mad. It's not him that he's worried about. It's his wife. But Joe goes into full Craiggumz form too. Inside of the wagon.
car!
In the car!
The upholstery! Fuck!
It's just,
Okay.
it's terrible.
So, for the two of you shifting into your Craiggumz form, you must do 2 rage checks. So go ahead and roll rage twice.
Okay. Joe, you want to go first?
By all means, this is you.
Oh, gosh.
And
Okay.
you go first. Roll 2
First
rage
roll.
checks.
Failure.
Failure. You lose a rage.
Got it.
Oh.
All right. Oh, we took it from it already. Sweet. All right,
Oh,
roll
good.
again. Success.
Okay, you keep a rage. Now you shift into your Craiggumz form. This is your war form. This was made for fighting. So you have 4 dice bonus to physical tests, 4 bonus health levels, +3 damage to claws, and +1 aggravated damage bite. I think if you press it on the character sheet, you will get all of those bonuses automatically.
If I hit Krynos?
Yes, so activate Krynos, which, oh shit, it might actually roll the 2 rage dice when you click on it.
Okay. Well, I'll just edit it.
Yep.
The name of it or the 2 rage
The
dice
2
roll?
rage
Okay.
dice.
Yeah.
Well, it was 2 successes.
Okay,
so
so
it's-
you're
it's
good.
fine.
Yeah, so now you are active in your war form.
I have a question.
Yes.
So Joe thought it was bad that he was tearing up the upholstery. Am I capable of tossing my car?
It's a good thing there's a chart for this.
Yes. Wait. Yes. Yes, in the sense of I love this because
Toss
hopefully
me.
I get my rage. Like, throw me.
Toss me.
Picturing Wolverine as the ball from Marvel Rivals.
Feats of strength. This would be overturn a car, punch through sheet metal, overturn an SUV, toss a sports car. That's a 13 feats of strength.
Okay, that's pretty high.
So that's the deadlift weight of that is 1.8 metric tons, a police car. In case anybody was wondering.
In case anyone was wondering.
You can do that, but it is not going to be. But you can do it. Yes. But before you test your feats of strength,
Right.
Joe, you go ahead and shift into your Krynos form. So roll me. Oh,
Damn.
God.
2 failures. Oh no, Joe. Okay, so Joe's at 1 rage after that. He loses 2 rage from shifting into his war form.
But it does still show active though.
Right. Yes.
Yes, you're good.
You had 3.
You successfully, you successfully shift. You just lose 2 rage dice from the shift. So you won't be able to
Okay.
spend much rage for a while. Okay.
Thank you for the raid.
So, thanks for the raid. Okay. So, Fen, if you want to throw this car, you may try with Joe inside.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you need from me?
Roll me a strength in athletics.
Okay. I'm now thinking about it like maybe I should have just put the car in neutral and pushed that bitch. But oh well. All right, and it's
Sorry,
gonna
guy.
add all the other dice as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh!
9 success.
9 successes.
Let's go.
Throws you to the moon, dude.
Toss me.
Wait, are those counted as crits? Or no?
Yes, that is a crit.
Okay.
So let me just check something really quick.
I'm getting shot up. Might as well do something cool.
Okay. Yes, you're good. And I'm going to say one other thing as you shift into your war forms. For what we see both Fen and Joe go from being their human selves and shifting with rage and fury. Their bodies contort into 6, 7, 8 foot tall creatures of fury and rage. And to any normal mortal, this invokes a delirium that they cannot describe what they are seeing before them. The absolute power and raw fury that comes from both of them in this moment. You see all of the lights, all of the lasers. Suddenly, they move about and fall to the ground as what they see puts them in a state of delirium. But you know who doesn't? The priest standing before you. He stands and looks and watches as if as if he is unfazed by what he just saw before his eyes. Fen, you take this car with Joe in it, and you lift it and toss it. Where are you tossing it?
Right at Jude.
You toss it right at Jude.
Let him get his monologue out.
Throw me.
Joe, is there anything you would like to do as this car is hurling in the air?
Yes, I absolutely would. I think as the car is thrown in the air, Joe is shifting into his Krynos form. He rakes his hands across the top of the wagon, kind of giving a hole, but at the same time sharpening his claws, and he dives towards the priest.
I'm so in the doghouse. I'm so fucked.
More ways than
Dive-
one.
Yo, we got an SUV, baby.
You dive toward him, the car smashing into the ground in front. And Joe, you leap onto Jude. What would you like to do? You have him in a grapple below you.
We're taking these razor sharp claws and we're digging right into his chest.
You dig into his chest. Go ahead and roll me a strength and brawl.
Okay. Real quick for dynamic's sake, being that it's my claws, I have an extra 3 dice, correct?
Yes. So yes, and it should roll because if you clicked Krynos, which is active, so it'll automatically add those extra dice to your roll.
I only have one job in this group. I hope it works.
I got one trick, baby.
I'm so terrified. He's probably like drank like 5 liters of silver or some shit.
Well, we do have. What did you call him? Pocket.
Okay.
Secret pockets with all his gross guns.
Prison pocket. So it doesn't
pocket.
automatically add the rage dice, or not the rage dice, but the extra dice, or is that under rage?
It does.
It should.
Oh, it
so
does?
just
Okay.
make your normal roll and it'll add it all.
It's 4 successes.
4 successes. You can spend a willpower to re-roll up to 3 of those dice.
I will.
Yeah, 6 of those were blank, chat.
Yeah, that sounds.
He rolled
like
11
it should.
dice.
Roll 11 die.
Yeah. So, okay, cool. Is there a custom roll thing, or I could just pick an attribute that has 3?
So actually, if you click on willpower, it should say
I
roll
did.
willpower check. And then if you just do 3 and then you click roll, it should roll 3 willpower.
Heard. I can spend 1 willpower, and it'll roll 3. Solid. I'm not good with VT. I'm not
Correct.
good with VTT,
Yes.
so I appreciate your patience.
Nor am I.
That's a good
That's
reroll.
3 successes.
Okay,
That's a real good
4,
reroll.
5, 6, 7 successes.
Oh God!
Your will is
It's
strong.
Wednesday, my dudes.
It's Wednesday.
No, not God. Priest.
You tear into his chest, but as you do, you feel a ripping gripping against your claw. And it hurts. Joe, you feel a tearing pain on your claws. A burning silver. Underneath, you rip through a full chest of silver around him, and it hurts. It burns. You see your claw slowly melting from it. You take 2 points of aggravated. However, with 9 successes, or so 4, 5, 6, 7, with 7 successes, that's just one of your claws. Your other claw rips into his face.
Oh,
Ooh.
Is
And
there anything else I could do in this moment? No,
What would you like to do?
I'm a little hungry. I think we should have a snack.
You rip into his maw, into his neck, into his face, and there's absolute viscera and carnage that surrounds all of you. The silver burns, but you fight through that pain. And Jude is gone, and there is nothing left of him. As Joe rips him apart.
Krynos form Joe stands up with Jude's face in his hand and just shows it around like this. Just holds it up.
Sean,
Yeah.
you look around and you witness this. You see what happens, and you see now the lasers. You see them all moving from the distance. Doesn't look like they're now aimed at you. And then you look and you see Jazz on the ground by the church. What would you like to do?
I would like to, because I'm up high and oof, hurts on human bones. I would like to jump out of this tree towards Jazz while getting into Globro form. So I'm gonna hit my rage. I've failed. I've removed a rage.
Okay.
So Jazz is like in the courtyard, kind of like not undercover, if you will.
Correct.
Okay. Do I, if I jump down, her in front / near me, do I see any immediate cover in which your brain would go, that's a good place to hide from rifles?
You see that there is like a small, there's like a graveyard in the courtyard with some tombstones, some of a larger surface area, some with smaller surface area, but there's some visibly large ones.
Cool. I would like to grab Jazz by
I'm conscious, right?
the
You are
hand.
conscious, yes.
Yes.
So she's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Just in pain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just, jump and like running to you, just hand out, hand out, hand out, hand out. Snatch and just like
fuck.
Jazz, the pain, it really hurts now. You feel it more now that it's finally hit you and your brain is registering what has just happened to you. It hurts.
Can I rip it out? Can I pull? I'm gonna dig in. I'm gonna. Yeah.
Roll me a. You know what? Don't even roll. You're gonna rip it out.
Oh.
But you do gain
Thanks.
a point of rage. You gain a point of
Excellent.
rage from the
Oh
harm.
God.
It hurts.
Well, I was gonna say because the pain of getting actually hit.
Yes. And take 1 point of superficial damage, which is not as bad as aggravated, from taking this out of your leg. Go ahead and
So
just
that's
mark.
just one slash, right?
Yes, just mark the 1 slash. And give yourself a point of rage.
Sick.
The two of you, as you go to find a place of cover, you see several individuals exiting from the church, and they are armed. 2 of them have larger guns that look like they are net guns.
Am I to the point where I'm undercover and I can turn around and start blasting?
You are, yes.
Well, in that case, I would like to start blasting.
Go ahead and roll me your dexterity and firearms.
Let's
Is
go.
it
Let's go.
Firearms and dexterity or firearms and composure?
Sorry, composure firearms. You were right.
All good.
Not one time has JTCunning ever gone into Krynos.
What's happening, everyone?
You know,
love
Look
it, though.
out!
maybe I've got a type.
We love it.
Maybe I got a type.
Yes.
Do your thing.
Okay. Source Globro value. Oh no, it's not -2, because we called it physical.
It's a physical test, so yes, you get +2.
Okay.
+2.
Okay. I wonder if let me click close.
You all
I wonder if I
see
do
Sean
firearms.
as he's shifting into this form, the Glabro form, it is not quite the Krynos war form. It is the half-human, half-wolf form, the Wolfman form, as some would say. He has
Let's
the
go.
menacing features and the claws, and rolled 9 successes.
Jesus Christ.
Because he got a crit. Yes, he got a crit. So he rolled 9 successes.
So anyways, he
So
started.
what I imagine is
blasting.
he pull out 2 guns, and then he also, with his skin, makes 2 more arms with guns.
There's just another arm that just.
It was a firefight.
It was a firefight.
Oh my god.
You see 4 individuals total, and these individuals don't look like church people. They look like government officials. They are dressed in suits and ties. They look like kind of Secret Service-esque, and you shoot at 2 of them, and they go down immediately. The other 2 look in the direction of where you are, and they begin to shoot and fire at you, Sean and Jazz. You are in cover, so they will roll at a disadvantage and
Cool.
probably fail.
But they've been training for this moment their whole lives. Don't
At the end
discourage
of that,
them like
I will
that.
just shout back towards the other 2. Contact!
Okay, and they are in their Krynos form. You 2 hear that, and
God damn it.
they fire at you. One of them shooting a grenade type gun, and it
Grenade launcher.
explodes on the tombstone. The ricochet from the tombstone hits the 2 of you.
Oh.
And you kind of fall back a bit from this. You'll take 1 point of superficial, both of you. Jazz, what would you like to do?
I'd like to Krynos at that. As soon as that, as soon as the tomb. Can I? I've got
Okay.
2.
You have a,
You can. It is
but
risky.
if you fail,
If you fail both, because you're gonna have to do. You can. You absolutely can. You could say. I will also say, there is a devil's bargain you can do. If you are afraid, so you can absolutely do this. If you lose both of those rage checks, you will lose the wolf and you'll fail to shift, and you really won't be able to do much else physically for the rest of the session. So you can take the risk and say this, or if you want to fill your rage bar at this moment, you have to take a point of Hoglosk, which is
I'll do that.
your okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's get it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. I will make
angry?
that bargain.
She said she really bout it, okay?
okay. So you take a point of Hoglosk, because now everybody Jazz is at two of 5 Hoglosk. If she ever in the future gets to 5, Jazz becomes an NPC unplayable character. She leaves the game. But she took that devil's bargain, and she is now at 5 rage. So
Yep.
go
So
ahead.
as soon as that tombstone breaks, he's like on all 4s, and she's gonna back crack, start shifting. And let's see.
Whew, okay.
1 success. So it's
1 success. All right. So you lose a point of rage, which it already took for you, and you shift into this form. And the 4 individuals look at you and immediately are
stand
brought into
all 8 feet tall.
they immediately
they
are put into a
Yeah.
state of delirium
Yeah.
from this. And
Do any of them run?
they stop and drop their weapons. Like they are just dazed looking at you. Your form is something that their mind cannot comprehend. And they stand dazed and confused in front of the church.
Okay. If any of them ran, I had something, but if not, that's fine. I'm going to slowly walk up to them, grab them both by the head, crunch.
Go ahead and roll me a strength and brawl. Or melee, since you're kind of using them as a melee weapon to each other. Whichever you
I mean,
choose.
brawl and melee are the same for me.
Like father,
Okay.
like daughter. Oh, they grow up so fast. She hit a motherfucker with a motherfucker. Goddamn.
Sometimes you just
what
gotta punch
does
a
that mean?
motherfucker in their face.
Oh, possible brutal outcome is what I read.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah. What does that mean? Is that
But
good?
it says 3 successes, but then it also says possible brutal outcome.
Yes, that is a brutal outcome.
Let's go. Give it. One.
Is that good?
Num-nums.
For you, that is good.
No, great. Excellent.
You ever play Mortal Kombat?
Would you like me to read the rule on this?
Yes, go ahead and read
Sure.
it, James.
A brutal outcome causes a test to fail, parentheses, which usually something being wrecked, harmed, or destroyed, close parentheses. Unless the aim of the test was to cause damage or injury, in which case a brutal outcome yields 4 additional successes.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go!
Let's go.
4?
Wonderful.
Jazz wants all the smoke.
She got a lot of rage.
Jazz, you take these 2 skulls, and with nothing, like you're picking up 2 books, you smash them into each other, and the faces are no longer faces. They are gone. You just see viscera spurt everywhere on the ground, and they are gone.
I just drop them.
Damn, girl.
Jazz, when you do this, you once again see the spirit in front of you. You see the Gorgon. She looks at you. The snakes in her hair begin to writhe in fury and anger, and they whisper to you, "Go." And they point inside the church.
I go.
You head
Either it's
into the
running
church.
forward or backwards. She's going.
You head forward into the church. Sean, you watch this. Joe and Fen, the 2 of you heard from Sean. Do you head, where would you like to go?
If I saw my daughter running into the church, I'd start heading that direction. But as I pass Sean, I can't speak really.
No,
but like,
you can't.
yeah, I look to the grenade launchers and I look to him, and then I just go in.
She went inside.
I like kick one towards him.
Oh, yeah.
So you, the 2 of you, Joe, I assume you also are following and heading in?
It depends. Are there people coming out in the street that are also like part of this tirade?
You do not. You see, you're looking out to where the lasers are, and you see people in the distance in several houses. It looks like all of the houses in this neighborhood had somebody watching.
Okay. You said it's
And-
about 10?
There's about 10 of them.
I'd like to do cleanup duty while Finn go gets his daughter.
Okay. So you begin to head to each of these homes, and as you enter into the home, they're empty. It looks like people lived here. There are beds, couches. They look like residential homes, but they are empty. You head to the top floor, to the roof. You take out each one by one, and that's what we see Joe taking care of. Fen, you head toward the church, following Jazz. Sean, what would you like to do?
I saw a grenade launcher get kicked towards me. I'm pretty proficient in firearms. I look in. How many shots would this bad boy have in it?
There's like 2 rounds left.
Okay. He's just gonna pick it up and just kind of like, yeah. And kind of like hold it, and just kind of walk towards Jude, because that was his personal vendetta, and that ended very quickly. And while that scene plays out in the church, he'd probably spend a minute just kind of like look him over, see if he got anything in his pocket, see if there's anybody trying to flee that might need to get a grenade.
You look, and you do see some things in his pockets. You see a Bible, but inside of the Bible, there's notes, writing, and there's a gun.
Is the gun made of silver?
It is.
That's that.
Gross.
Dumb bitch.
You put your back the hand to it like you test your coffee.
They didn't say anything about that in Leviticus.
Wait a minute. That was Revelations, brother.
These cats turned up pretty fast.
Jazz. So you are anything else that you're gonna do, Sean?
I'm observing for anyone attempting to flee.
Okay, you look around.
Yeah.
You're watching where Joe is heading right now, just to kind of
I'm
keep up with
flinging
him.
bodies, dog.
Yeah.
But you don't see anything right now. So, as you
Well-
walk into the church, there is burning happening on the steeple, on the back side of the church. And Jazz, you walk in and you see the flames, the smoke start to enter into the building. This place is probably not going to last too much longer. But as you walk in, the things that you sense a presence here. You sense the corruption that you felt in the Umbra. You feel it at the source. The pulpit, right at the center. It calls to you to
I approach
destroy.
it.
As you walk toward the pulpit, Fen, you walk in. The two of you see drones begin to enter into the room. The drones are fairly large in size. I would say they're about the size of, like,
A desk.
smaller than a desk, like a large shipping box. They're like just these large drones that begin to enter into the room, and they aim at you, and they shoot. I would like the two of you to roll me a
Dex and
dexterity athletics.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, gym class.
Dude, it's not there.
For anybody wondering, this is a great way to
successes.
a great way to get around delirium is not to be in the room,
Cameras.
but use drones. And technically, there is some debate on if the delirium works via cameras, but in my world, it's a way to get around.
Let's just say yes.
I was
Yeah.
about to say that's 100% fair.
Yeah, in your world, that is a
Ooh,
great
I
mechanic
will
that just,
use
like,
a
you can't look
willpower.
Yes, you can. Both of you, if you want, you can spend willpower to
Oh, wait.
re-roll.
Shit. I fucked up.
Okay, so how does that work? You hit this and then
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you need 2 slashes or just one? Which one?
You just click willpower and you spend 1 willpower, and it'll re-roll.
oh, I
it'll-
see.
Yes.
You click
and
the
it'll-
word willpower.
Yes.
Yeah.
It says difficulty.
Is it
Technically
supposed to
one
be-
slash, but it'll calculate it for you.
Just gonna do that.
Is it
Okay.
supposed to be 7 dice for me?
I got 5.
Yes, you're in Krynos form.
Oh, okay.
So
it's still
yes.
3 successes for me.
So I got 4. Are those added to the 2?
Yes.
Okay, so
Oh.
6.
Excellent. Yeah. 6 for me
So
as well.
Okay, so you both rolled 6. You feel these bullets, silver bullets, graze the top of your shoulder. It stings a bit, but you're able to move away from it. But you know that these are not just regular bullets. They were ready for this. Jazz, you approach the pulpit. You feel something within it, deep underground. This evil, this disturbance, It goes deep. It needs to be destroyed.
I'll start ripping and tearing.
You rip and tear this place apart. The guns continue to fire. Fen, what would you like to do?
Earlier in the day, my family asked me what was I going to pick up a pew and hit somebody with it, and I would like to do exactly that
Okay.
and start playing some baseball in here.
Okay.
Bad
Uh,
Leroy Brown over there.
Get in there, slugger.
I did say that. I did say
Strength-
that.
Strength melee. Strength
Strength
melee,
melee?
please.
You got it. Oh my god. This is chat, this is what would have happened to Silas if T-Dog said I could use this. Actually no, because it's in Krynos form.
8 successes. We watch Fen tear into these drones and rip them apart. He takes a pew and just smashes them into the ground. They completely malfunction. Each one at a time, are destroyed. And Jazz, what would you like to do?
Is there like an item, or is it the podium itself? Is there like a switch that's taking me into a basement? Like, can I understand what I need to do here?
As you're looking at the podium, you see something on it. It looks like it's a book. This book, it looks old, and it looks like it is religious in nature. That seems like it's the source. And as you look at the front of the book, you see a symbol. It looks like a cross, but it has markings around it.
I'm gonna note that cross for later, but I'm gonna tear that book apart.
You take the book and you tear it to shreds. In seconds. Would you like to destroy the rest of this podium and everything around
Yes.
it?
Yes.
You rip into it. And that is the sight we see. Fen and Jazz tearing into this church as smoke more and more billows into the room. The fire begins to spread. Things are slowly falling. Pieces falling to the ground. But the destruction continues. And outside, Sean, that's when you start to hear the sirens. They're coming closer. It seems like they're not too far off, maybe 10 or so blocks away. They're getting
Oh, shit.
closer.
Oh shit, we gotta go.
Joe? You finish the last of the houses. Still in your Krynos form, you jump to the ground onto the street, and you see Sean probably about 15, 20 feet away.
We gotta go. I got 12. I'm gonna get the plates. And he like runs
Thank
to the
you
car.
so much. Thank you so much. I was
Yeah.
thinking about that.
He like runs to the car and just like, ooh, license plate number 1, rip. License plate number 2, rip. And just kind of like rifles through, just like, all right, glove box, shred. Like, is there anything in center console? Shit.
You have a grenade gun.
They can still find
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think Joe
not-
runs into the. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes. And just like, ooh, feel really bad about this. And, grabs the plastic bag of grenades. And just,
There's 3.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's 2 now.
Okay? You grab those things.
Oh, blew it up.
Yeah.
Um,
License plates can still be read after impact explosions.
Joe, what would you like to do?
I think knowing that we need to get out of here, Joe would run into the church to kind of like tell them in whatever way we can, like, it's time to go.
Ben, Jazz, you are about finished tearing this place to shreds. The one thing that you do see is you do see a door to a room that looks like it leads to like an underground bunkery sort of thing that they have. You don't know if you have time to go there, but you do see it.
That wasn't part of the job. I think, if anything, Ben rips off a piece of the drone and just puts that in his mouth. And as we leave, I think he would like to flip one of the SUVs on top of the other one in hopes to start that chain reaction we
Continue.
tried.
Roll me one last strength and athletics check.
While he's doing that, I just want to make sure any remnants of the book, Jazz would have made sure, like, went into the fire. She wants to make sure there's nothing salvageable from it.
You take every last piece and toss it into the flames at the top and bottom of the steeple as you watch the painting that was standing above the pulpit begins to melt and the ashes fall to your feet. Fen? It's 9
6,
successes.
Is it 9? Okay, cool. Should
Um,
ask that first.
You take this SUV and flip it onto the next one, igniting the two of them. The two of them begin to burst into flames. But once again, it doesn't seem to unleash that chain reaction that you're looking for. But 2 more cars are obliterated. The 4 of you group up together. You hear the sirens approaching. But thankfully, you're wolves. You have the ability to get out of places very quickly. My question is, you could shift out of your Krynos form and go into one of your Lupus or Hispo forms, the more wolf-like forms, to get a quicker movement and get out. You also, I think, get more stealth with the Hispo form if you do want to switch into it. I think it requires a rage to switch into Hispo, but if you want to switch into your regular, like, wolf form...
Hispo's -2 on stealth.
Oh, oopsie. So I would say your Lupus form, if you wanted to switch to that, you could get out of here rather quickly and not be seen.
Okay.
So you can shift into that. It doesn't require rage.
Okay.
Lupus has +2 to stealth. Thank you. So if you all want to do that, that is an option. You could shift into your Lupus form and get the fuck out of there.
Since we got hoof it back home.
And hoof it back home.
Yeah.
Because you don't got a car.
It's okay.
Everyone's used to running with the wolves.
All right. Fen will do that. Still has the piece of the drone in his mouth.
You have the license plates in your
well,
mouth.
well, I like so here
Put it
we
in your
go.
pocket.
This is great. I got.
Yeah, put it in your skin pocket.
All right,
Right.
slow down. Slow down. Don't call it that. This is as much as I could grab from the car. Obviously the plates are coming. Well, they're probably gonna go into the ground. Is there anything else that you need? And like, I don't know. Do you want to say something cute that was in the car that like you definitely want to keep on us?
Well, we did have Jazz's picture when she first got a driver's license in there.
All right, don't. And he puts it on his forearm, and I'll spend a willpower doing that. All right, everything else is going to the ground, and just kind of like huge giant hands, very, 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 very. Cool, they're not finding that.
Okay.
Before I go out of Krynos, I'm gonna grab what's not Jonas.
Jude.
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 Music. I'm gonna grab Jude's head.
Oh, I
And
have
tear it
that.
off.
He has
Oh.
that.
Did
Yeah.
anybody?
Oh, you have it. Oh, good, perfect.
He
You know
said
what?
he took
Sure.
the
Yes,
face.
I took the Bible. I took as I went through his pockets.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask
Yeah.
that.
I just want to make sure we had proof that we took
Yep.
care of the job.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna
Yep.
switch to Lupus.
Okay. So you grab whatever things you can, you hide whatever things you can, and you get out. You take the long route back. You get out of the city, and it takes probably a couple of hours. And at this point, the night is almost over, and you see the sun beginning to rise. Hits 4 or 5 a.m. And the four of you make it back to the bar. The excursion that you just went through. In some ways, it felt tougher than that night with Emory. There was a lot going on, and you were dealing with something different. It wasn't quite agents of the worm, though the worm had its influence in it. This was what happens when human minds get corrupted enough to fight for something and take no. They stop at nothing. Everything is turned rancid. They kill incessantly. They turn extreme. This is something that's called a dissonant gestalt. That you hear whispers from Gaia. But it is gone, at least from this small pocket of Chicago and the greater Chicago area. You come back with some wounds and some scars and a lot of things to look through and fully understand and comprehend. But at this point, you all are really tired. You probably just want to get some rest. And so you do. You rest. You rest, and as a matter of fact, you feel you need to rest again. You need multiple nights to recover from what has happened. It's Friday now, and you all regroup at the bar, taking some time to rest and recoup after everything that happened and just process. You're all back together now.
Hey, yeah, here's a photo.
Oh, you brilliant, brilliant, golden tooth child. Thank you so much. Oh, I never understood your Bieber face. That was weird. Okay. How's everybody doing?
Leg's all right. Left a little bit of a scar, but that's about it.
That's good. Joe, how's that?
How's,
that hand?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how's the other scars from my mother?
Oh, well, you know, car was insured. So, that thief, whoever that scallywag was who stole it from me at gunpoint, he's not gonna get away with much.
Mm-hmm.
Damn heathens.
All right, just in the middle of the night, just pull me. What was I supposed to do? He had a gun.
Such destruction. Just careless.
Okay,
Stop
in my
violence.
defense, we were being shot at.
Oh,
honestly,
I thought
Joe, if I
thought we were doing a
knew
bit.
you were in the car, if I knew you were in the car, I wouldn't have thrown it as hard. I would have lobbed it more.
Oh, that was perfect. Like it's honestly, if I'm okay, I don't want to get too sentimental, but I've never felt more connected to you ever.
It was
You
like
did
a dance.
It was just, I mean, God.
Should I tell
Perfect.
Mom about you two?
Your mother already knows. All right, what about you, Sean?
Vendetta ceased.
And also, thank you for assisting us and taking care.
I don't know. I'm out of a job.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of bands around here. I hate Chicago, but maybe you'd be interested in.
I figured.
I wouldn't recommend that.
No, we don't do well going solo in that city.
You could play for Hoobastank.
Not touring.
I'm
I
sorry.
fucking hate it here.
Good idea.
He
Good
goes
idea.
to-
Sorry. Good idea.
He goes over to the jukebox. He's
As you
Oh.
go over, Joe, you get ready to put
The reason
song on.
is you.
Hoobastank. Before you can put the coin in or smash it so that you don't have to actually insert a coin, Philippe once again walks up to you. His paws pat against the floor and sits next to you and looks up at you. And Joe, as you look into Philippe's eyes, you see the moon in Philippe's eyes. He looks back at you, and you hear him speak. He's gone, and she's gone. And they can't come back.
Who's gone? And I think everybody can hear him out loud say that. Who's gone?
What are you talking about,
Joe?
Joe?
Dialed into Philippe right now.
Carla. Emory. You have to say goodbye. She has to say goodbye. And he has to say goodbye. And he looks over to Sean and Jazz.
You good, Joe?
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
You break the jukebox, didn't you? Told you to stop slamming.
No.
Like that.
Jez, I think you need to go talk to Emory. Right now.
Yeah, I do it every night. Oh, what? Is something wrong?
He looks back at Philippe and he does have a very obvious concern on his face, and he goes, I just think it's important that you spend some time with him today. And then he looks over at Sean and he goes, you might want to reach out to Carla too.
Let's go. Now. And she's gonna start moving. She don't like your tone.
The two of you, Sean, I assume you also are joining.
Oh yeah.
That's what the let's go was.
Yeah.
Sean, this might be your first time experiencing this, as I don't think you and your band have performed this rite before, to step into the Umbra. So you watch as Jazz performs a rite and shows you how to perform it as well, where the two of you are able to step into this realm. And as you do, you're met with the familiar scene of the trees vanishing and the moon and stars above, with two spirits in front of you, Emory and Carla. Sean, you can't describe it, but you know it's her. You see Carla.
What do we do?
Just talk to them. What's going on?
The two of them look at you. And you see something illuminate around them, and it's like a light that looks like the moon itself. It's a white energy that slowly flows between the two of them. And it almost feels like a cool breeze as it moves toward you and brushes your hair back. The two of them get up, and you see Emory, his head pats against yours, Jazz, and Carla does the same for you, Sean. Their spirits move to each of you. And then they look up to the moon. And they head toward it. Their spirits.
No. I already lost you. You're not allowed to leave. No. I did what was asked. Give me this.
They float up.
You can't do this.
True.
Into the moon. And you can no longer see them in your sight.
She's gonna fall to her knees and just grab at the soil, just crushing it between her hands.
Then you hear it. The moon speaks to you again. They stay here only for a moment in time. But they must come to me and be part of the moon. They live in this realm only for a short time. They must pass on.
I'm new here, but I don't know if you can argue with Moon.
She takes and she takes. Fine. She's gonna stand up and throw the dirt to the ground.
The moon will not
You
leave
might-
you.
Oh.
He will not leave you, and she will not leave you.
They already have.
You feel an emptiness in this realm now. Nothing is left here for either of you.
Look, I'm not grief counselor or whatever, but life is loss. There's, no one's comparing. I've lost so much. But you find who you have and you find more. Just like a cycle in nature.
Or I take everything. And she's gonna pivot and walk out of the umbrella.
Jazz, take another point of Hoglusk. Sean? You're not quite feeling the feelings of rage or despair yet. Not quite to the intensity that Jazz is feeling them. You're safe for now. As the two of you return and head back to the bar, Fen, Joe, you remained here and are looking through the things that were left from the site. You examined the license plate, the government numbers, do a bit of searching and tracking. It looks like there is an agency of the government called the Special Affairs Division. They deal with unusual threats. And then you look at the drones, and one part of the drone you see a serial number, and underneath it, the name of an organization or a company. It's called Pentex.
Does that sound familiar?
Sounds vaguely familiar, yes.
Okay.
You have heard of this before, Pentex, a company or an organization that it doesn't sit right with you. They are... Actually, you don't know.
Okay.
You don't know too much about
Then
them.
I'm thinking of something else. I'm sorry.
It doesn't sit well with you, whoever it is, but it looks like, from what you're gathering, these government agencies were working with the church, and all of them kind of working together with all of their combined information and weapons to take care of any unusual threats. Not just werewolves, but you see what they call blank bodies. You assume to be the worm spawn. And there's quite a bit of information on them that you find in Jude's book. You keep that to yourself for now, and we'll get to what that is later. And to maybe Joe's dismay, there's even something written about spirits. Wraiths.
I told you. Every time I'm telling you, let me remind you that I told you. Remember when I said they're real? And then you said, no, they're not. And then now.
All of the information on supernatural beings are written within this book. And this unseeming pack of wolves seems to have that information now and is holding on to it and reading through it and trying to decipher what it all means. But it's in your possession.
We're
All of this
academics.
information.
All
How many
of us.
music points in academics is the question. I
Oh
can't believe
my
fucking
God.
wolves have
Can
the
we
Bible of
Um,
hunters. Some
I have
people
0
get-
in academics, so I can't read.
Oh my god. So that's how that happens. And as you're going through this, Jazz and Sean, you return to the bar. And the last thing that we see is Jazz. You received something in the mail in these last 2 days, a package. It's a small, looks like maybe it is like the size of like a manila envelope. It's not very large.
I give it a sniff.
You give it a sniff.
Just, making sure.
It smells off.
Mm.
It doesn't smell like it's laced or dangerous, but you can tell that a worm spawn touched this.
Gross. I will open it.
You open it, and it looks like it's addressed to Fen.
Really? I definitely open it.
You open it, and
illegal.
it's a voice recorder. It looks like there's a voice message on this.
I'm playing it.
You play it in the bar for all 4 of you to hear. And
Yeah, I don't even tell them. I just open it up, set it on the bar table, and hit play.
Greetings, Fen. I don't believe we've had the pleasure to meet as of yet, but I hear through the grapevine that you're looking for me, so figured I would reach out. My name is Caden Bartlett. I'm a businessman and entrepreneur within the city, and I'm reaching out to discuss some things that I think have affected you and your family. I got your contact information from a mutual friend of ours, a fellow businessman who, let's say, works in the same circles as me. Now, I am fully aware that, the things I stand for go against yours and vice versa, and make no mistake, under normal circumstances, I wouldn't even bother to reach out. There's a lot happening in the city currently, and I think that's going to affect all parties involved. So, before we get into that, I did want to express my condolences. I heard the news about your loss of your family almost a year ago, and I want to offer my condolences. During recent investigations, I learned that someone in my group was involved in the incident. Now, this is something I personally would never condone. The inhumane experiments that my colleague was performing were out of my scope, and I deeply apologize that things got as far as they did. I wish I could have acted sooner. With that said, I want to find a way to resolve things with you and your family. I would never let something get out of hand like this, and I want to offer some help. Word is that you're looking for vengeance, and you're frustrated and upset, and seems that fingers are being pointed at me. Understandable. I would be also remiss and frustrated and looking for some sort of recompense. But what if I could offer a better resolution? What if there was an avenue to get exactly what you wanted? To bring that individual that you lost back. In recent nights, and for the past few months, I've been working with an individual, someone who possesses tremendous power, power beyond even that of the scope of my fellow colleagues. Know that he is not one of my kind. He is something different. I think his specialities would be something that you would be interested in. From my understanding, he doesn't quite have the same scent or smell that I have, so no need to worry that you'd be working directly with us. I'm merely looking for a way to move forward, to move to a path of closure that we can put all of this behind us. So, if you'd be interested in hearing my offer, simply take the envelope that's enclosed in this package, place the gold coin within the envelope, and attach it to the return address. If not, then, well, that's fine as well, and we can just move about our way and continue on with our lives. But make no mistake, this is a one-time only offer, and it does come from an earnest, honest place. Whether you believe that or not is up to you, but the results could be real, and you could have back what you've lost. Look forward to hearing your response. Caden Bartlett.
Who the fuck is that?
The guy that funded the guy who kidnapped me and Emory. Did scientific fun times on us.
What does he
And also
mean?
killed him.
What does he mean that they can bring him back?
No, it doesn't sound natural. Let's look in this big ass book of shit you left us and see if we can find anything about that.
I'm
How you
interested.
feeling? I'm sorry?
I'm interested. I'm interested. I want to know what he has to say. If it's not good enough, we can kill him. We win either way.
You're not seriously thinking about
I'm
accepting the offer
absolutely
of this dude.
thinking about accepting an offer.
Okay, this is the same man who tried to take away your bar. You understand that, right? He's
I
making
don't
things
fucking
up.
care about the bar.
Jazz.
If I could get him
don't-
back.
We can get him back. Once they hand him to us, maybe he can try and give us a deal before we rip his throat out.
We hear him out. We don't like it, we kill him. I get revenge either way. We all get revenge. Oh, except you, Sean.
Thank you for the acknowledgement. This sounds like a crime lord kind of guy.
He is a crime
And
lord
this
kinda
is a
guy.
crime lord kind of offer. You can't. It's not gonna prove worthy.
How about we do our own research first? Make sure he's not full of shit, which I'm very sure he is.
He has to be. There's no way.
I mean, you heard his voice. Come on.
That doctor, his brother, talks the same way. Gets in your head. Makes you think certain ways. Goes for the things that you care about the most.
If it
Then
was me.
why?
If it was you, do you want that answer? I've lost so many people. Me and Joe. We've lost a lot of friends. Guy has taken up as much as she's given me. But we keep moving on. We keep living. I know you want to be selfish right now. You deserve to be selfish. But are you willing to risk everything you have and everything you might ever have on a whim from some snake?
I hear you.
What I'm saying is, we got this, and I'll pick up the Bible with all this crazy shit in it. If we find something similar to what that clown's talking about, that isn't, for some reason, probably a ghost, he looks at Joe, then I'll be willing to hear him out before I rip his throat out. That man hurt the most precious being on this earth for me. And I won't let his silver tongue confuse you because you want the most important person in your life back.
Okay.
He sets the Bible down and gives his daughter a hug.
She hugs him back and she cries.
Two of you embrace. Sean, Joe,
I'm sneaking a look at that coin.
Don't
You look at
fucking
the-
touch that.
You look at the gun.
The coin.
Oh, the coin.
I'm sneaking a look.
Looking at that gun.
You look at the coin. It's a gold coin that simply has a logo on it of Bartlett and Zenith, a company that you've heard of in the city.
Do I notice that anyone's looking at me?
No.
Okay. He'll commit the return address to memory.
Okay. And you take the coin.
I don't think I'm gonna take it, but I'm gonna get a good look at it.
Okay.
Ooh, a little forgery
Yeah.
action.
All right. You commit it to memory. Both of them, the address and the coin.
It's just one of those like, a camera starts fading out and then it fades a little in. So I'm just
Joe,
camera.
you
keeps
look
fading.
back at your pups and you see once again Philippe stare at you with Luna in her eyes, staring back. And that is where we fade our story for the evening and end our session. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for another Werewolf the Apocalypse game. Heart of the Pack. Good job to our Garu, who took out the hunters, destroyed them, tore down the church, burned everything to the ground, and now have the holy book of all supernaturals in the greater Chicago area, and they don't know what to do with it.
What? Like
We're
it's
not
hard?
giving it to Silas.
Like it's hard to
for
read?
sure.
Like, we're
you
not
want this
academics?
book?
Like
Oh, you're
someone
so
didn't take the
smart.
illiterate flaw?
They're just a
Wait, you
bunch
did
of wolves that don't know what to do with it. So, thank you everybody for joining us. So just a quick insight on the thing that they did fight. The corruption of the hunters is something is a Emory called the dissonant gestalt. For anybody who wants to look it up, it is a bane and an indoctrination of pluralistic ignorance. So they spawn when an organization turns a blind eye to its ills, when ideals and accountability fail in the face of naked pursuit of power. This is what they took out, and they successfully did this for Luna and Gaia, and for all of the supernaturals probably thank them. So they're not going to be hunted for a while. This does kind of let the greater hunter threat kind of recede a bit in Chicago. And for anybody wondering, the 4 hunters that they saw, our hunter player characters, they are basically going to be cut off of all resources and everything. Like, they are not dead, so it's not like, oh, like that. They still exist in Chicago, but they don't have the resources they need as hunters. They are rendered almost useless at this point and don't have a lot going for them. They could try to maybe, if they really want to get some vengeance and do some like kamikaze fight or something, they could, but it would not be with Jude's resources and power that was helping fund them and give them everything that they needed to succeed. So that essentially brings our hunter plots to a conclude. There may still be little bits and pieces of whatever damages that have been done may still linger in our greater story, but for the most part, the Garu took care of it. So great job, guys. You
Sorry,
took care of
Marcus.
the hunters.
Hear that, Dr.
So-
Sorry,
Silas?
bud. Loved that PC.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's just a little storyteller insight for what that is. But that's pretty much everything. So we'll be back this Friday for Ancestral Blood. So be sure to join us for that, or join us tomorrow for Ignite Recall, which is our Scum and Villainy campaign. And something tells me you may potentially see more of these Garu sometime down the line. We'll see. Based off of how things ended here, we'll see what they plan to do with these next steps and the options placed in front of them. So that's all for us for now. Thank you,
Thank
so
you.
much, everybody, for joining us.
Thank
we
you,
will see you
everyone.
next time. And don't forget to howl at the moon. Bye.
A woo's in chat.
I was in chat.